So today we're going to be finishing up in Castelia City and fighting Berg, the third gym leader. We'll press on to Route 4 and just kind of see where the time's at by the time we get to Nimbasa. But there's quite a bit to do in the area surrounding Nimbasa, so there should be plenty to do for when we tackle the fourth gym next time. But yeah, squad is pretty dope. I no longer feel like I'm over leveled, partially because we have a pseudo on the squad and he's just eating up a bunch of EXP, no doubt, because they have like pseudos have require more EXP to level up or whatever. A steeper EXP curve, as it were. EXP points 19,000. Yeah, 19,000 compared to these guys. I'll have around 12k, 12 to 13k. So seems about right. And I would have caught this guy probably around, like maybe a little higher level also. So keep that in mind too. But yeah, not gonna give a squad breakdown because, yeah, I still need to figure out our nickname for Trapinch, but I do just want to actually make progress. We're looking for the gym leader, Berg. He said there might be trouble, and then he took off. Go look for him if you like. The Team Plasma disbanded. Iris helping out once again. So I don't know if this is actually faster, but fun fact, you can actually... Iris will stop you several times to be like, hey, come this way. But you can actually skip that if you just go as far to the right as possible. I was gonna see about buying more Castelia cones, but it shouldn't matter, because we're gonna... Yeah, exactly. So you still have to get stopped twice. Yeah, because she stops you here. But we're gonna be hanging out with Hugh for a little while in the sewers, because I like the free healing. I need to check if I have enough healing items, though. I feel like I might want to buy more lemonades just for, like, in-battle stuff, but I need to double-check. The shitty thing is, like, you can't win with this response. If you say yes, he's like, no, you haven't, and if you say no, he's like, what are you doing, idiot? Oh, no, never mind. He only insults you if you say yes, you found them. Which I guess, like, you can kind of assume they're in there, but I guess you don't know for a fact. How are we doing on healing items? Oh, not great. So it would have been better for me to grab this on my way down. But it's all good. What's up, Space Cowboy? Gonna stock up on lemonades. It should be a testament to how much I love this game that I'm not playing with speed up at all. Like, I don't even have the hotkey enabled. And while I guess you could say the same for... Or rather, I guess I don't feel like... I feel pretty similarly about, like, Platinum and Black and White 1 and Heart Gold Soul Silver. So, like, Aurora Crystal, we probably won't use speed up. But I know, like, with Volt White, because I felt like that hack was a little... You know, it's older, so... A little unrefined here and there, so I think I used speed up quite a bit in both that and Renegade, but maybe it was pretty sparing in each of those. I just don't quite remember. If I could go back and do those without using speed up, I would probably opt to do that. Doing alright. How are you doing? I did go ahead and pick up one last game before the summer sale ended, which is the Star Ocean Second Story remake, which I've heard nothing but great things about, but I've not really, like, looked into it too deeply, but it's the cheapest that it's ever been, 35 bucks or whatever, and I was like, well, I mean, like $15 or something on my Steam wallet already, so I was like, all right, 20 bucks out of pocket. So I kind of broke my rule as far as like buying a game that I'm not going to play right away, but oh yeah? Does it have to do with like any Battle Network post game, or is it like Yakuza Legend modes or anything like that, or something different? 21 lemonades, it's plenty. Star Ocean 2 sounds like a good pick. Yeah, I mean, like, it's got glowing praise, and I'm sure that all aspects, like, the reason behind that is all aspects of it, but I don't even really know necessarily what makes the game so special, so I'm curious to check it out at some point. Time Trial's giving you some issues last night. I saw the stream, but I didn't manage to actually watch any of it, but I did want to see how you were doing in that. Oh, a MOBA? Ooh. Yeah. I wish I could offer advice with that, but that's like one genre that I don't, like, I've never really touched. I played like one game of League with a friend of mine in college, and I was just like, I don't know. Let's do this. Free heals. I love Hugh's little, like the way that he runs. He's like standing perfectly straight up, and he's like waddling around really quick. It's fucking great. Like, at least Rosa's leaning into her stride, you know? Bubbleman and Drillman, yeah. I can see why those would be the last two for that initial batch. Funny enough, I didn't even consider that not coughing. That Metang would be an amazing lead here because of all the poison types are about. But that does seem to be the case. I'm gonna try to lean this. Oh, that's better. So yeah, we don't want to proc Team Plasma. Also, I think I was incorrect. I don't think it's based on the seasons. I think that the tide here is based on maybe time of day or something. But I would have to double check. I don't entirely remember. Also, I should have bought repels, maybe. But then again, if something bad happens as I'm trying to run, then we get fully healed anyway, so I guess it's just kind of annoying. Plus, I usually don't like buying regular repels. Super repels are, of course, the most cost-effective form of repellent in Pokemon. Not good with their timing. I mean, to be fair, Bubbleman and Drillman are probably some of the trickiest fights in that game, if not maybe the trickiest, depending on your setup, you know? Oh, you know what? I don't want to gain, like, a bunch of unnecessary experience, though, so I'm, like, I'm kinda tempted to go run back and... Dude, seriously? I know Zubat's fast, but, like... Alright, can we run now? I'm already pretty deep into the sewers, though, so I'm like, if I run back... I feel like it's gonna take me about as long to run back as it would for me to get to the depths over here. Yeah, I thought that was a dead end. Gulpin. Cute D's nuts joke. Oh, right. So wait, this guy... Wait, I forget how this works. Do we fight them in a double battle? I know there's a hidden item over here. What? There usually is, no? Am I wrong? I could have sworn there was an item here, but whatever. Yeah, Gulpin D's nuts. It's so dumb and so obvious, but it's like, come on, man. Gulpin predates... Wait, does it predate the D's Nuts joke, though? Because I feel like that's been around for a longer than the internet might have you believe, but I don't know the exact origin, per se. So this is single battle. Yeah, I don't have... Wait, I should check if Megatron can learn Rock Smash. I don't think I checked once it evolved at all. I don't see why it wouldn't. I can see why Beldum maybe wouldn't, I guess, but... I don't know if Peck kills. I mean, there's not really a reason not to click Rock Smash here. No, just Rock Smash. Smash it up. Yeah, I'm trying to think. What all did I cop from the summer sale besides Star Ocean? Because I know I tried some stuff and refunded it, but... Poison Jab versus Poison Fang. I mean, this has Toxic Chance versus regular Poison, but I also have Venoshock to deal double damage on a Poison target, so it doesn't matter if it's regular or Toxic. Plus, Poison Jab just does more to begin with. Maybe I just take it over Peck, because Peck is kind of... I mean, it hits fighting types, I guess. The answer is just to take Poison Jab over Fang. It's better, but... Part of me does like the Toxic Poison, though. What's up, Eric? Need to ask your older family members if they've ever used D's Nuts. I mean, it's definitely a pretty popular comeback, but yeah, I don't know how far it dates back exactly. Oh, that's right. I think I mentioned already, I got Yakuza 7 on sale. So that, I think it was just that and Star Ocean that I grabbed. Everything else can kind of wait, honestly. Like the other RGG games I'm gonna wait on for a while, because like, I haven't played any of 4 since I last talked about it, and still got like half of that. And then I've got like 5, 6, and 7, so it's like that'll keep me busy. I also have like pretty much all the single player Final Fantasies from 10 through the 13 trilogy. So like the 10 duology, 12, and the 13 trilogy, I own those already, so it's like, before I buy more turn-based JRPGs, I should probably like, you know, play Final Fantasy X or something, like start chipping away at those. But I want to finish SMT5 first. That's kind of like the big one that's sort of holding things up a little bit, but it's cool. Like, every time I jump in to play SMT5, I'm like, wow, this game is awesome. It's definitely a bit much, like, content-wise. It is one of those, though, on New Game Plus, I know that it'll be quicker playthroughs, because I think you can like keep your level in some circumstances or whatever, and like I've seen instances of some people who like played through Canon of Vengeance and then like blitzed through Canon of Creation just to see the story. But like you're not, I guess, stopping to smell the roses as much on that second run. But that third area that I like ended my last stream of SMT5, I'm like towards the end of that now, I think. Like I'm about to face the third member of the Kadistu, which is pretty cool. Because they kind of disappeared for a while, which is sort of disappointing because they're really cool. But I guess it's mostly because I've been exploring super thoroughly, like trying to actually... Can we not hustle miss constantly? I've been like thoroughly exploring the map, like getting every point of interest that I come across, pretty much. Not even pretty much, like literally every point of interest I've been clearing. And I've been doing all the side quests as I go as well. Solosis. Oh, you do have a bug move. Okay, I go into this then. I guess like Metang would be a fine switch in, but I don't really have anything great to hit this with. Magic Coat. I just Bug Bite because it's stab. And of course chipping away at Dark Souls 3 still. I beat the I'm not gonna do a video on DS3 probably, so it's like I might as well just talk about it here. I beat Deacons of the Deep, which was a joke, especially because I had explored like this other area thoroughly, and then I went back. Like getting to them was kind of annoying, but I beat them first try. It was like it's just like a mob of jobbers basically, and I'm pretty high level, so it's like yeah. And then I beat what's it, High Lord Wolnir, which was kind of a scary boss until I realized how to actually beat it, and then once I actually figured out what the fuck you're supposed to do, I did it on that first attempt of knowing what to do, so. There's that. And then, honestly, I was starting to lose interest a little bit, because I feel like I get it, I understand the appeal of Souls games now, but I'm also like, it's like a little repetitive. It's like I'm not really finding equipment that I want to change to. In fact, it seems like some early game weapons are actually insanely good if you upgrade them, which is what I'm basically doing without having known that. But I was curious. I was like, are you supposed to be like changing armor and weapons more often? Because like that's kind of part of the fun for RPGs like that, is like, oh, I found a better piece of equipment. Let's slap that on, right? And I guess it's not so cut and dry necessarily, because there's like the weight factor that you have to factor in as well. Like influences your iframes on your dodge and shit, but anyway, yeah, I was like kind of losing interest. And then I came across this, like after High Lord Wolnir, you show up at, was it, is it Irithyll or something like that, of the Boreal Valley? And so it's like you got this Aurora Borealis, and it's like this snow-capped town with like a big clock tower in the middle. It's like gorgeous. And so I'm like, okay, I guess I want to explore and like just see what's up in this new area, because it like looks very appealing compared to like the fucking catacombs and sewers and shit that I've been in for several hours. So I guess that's a testament to like environment variety. It's like the devs had to have known that. It's like, okay, we're gonna have them be in these like fucking crypts and shit for potentially a while. And so after that, there should be some reprieve or like whatever. I don't know if it's gonna be a reprieve from difficulty, but just like aesthetically. And it's funny I say that as I was like hyping up the sewers in this game, but you know, it's a different vibe, you know. And it was more so catacombs. Like I don't know, I'm trying to think of instances where I actually like, oh, it's part fairy in this? Where I actually like catacomb levels. Aesthetically, at least. Because like the Messenger has a catacomb level early on, but the music's a banger, and you're not really there for that long either, so. Also, I also wouldn't even say that that is one of my favorite levels in that game anyway, so maybe that reinforces the point. You're probably part psychic, no? Yeah, I knew it. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Still Megatron lead, I guess, for the wild encounters. Ba-ba-bum, forget, is there something in the middle, or is it the trash can? Or neither? It's gotta be like a legendary spawn or something weird, right? Oh, you know what? Wait, we have technology, hold up. this. Oh yeah, the OST here is, like, awesome. And I'm pretty sure this theme is new for this game, from what I recall. That's on the upper level. Right? No, maybe this was used for Twist Mountain or something. I don't know. I can't, like, recall it exactly. Precisely. Okay, we fought this guy. Checked out that already. Yeah, that's on the upper level. That's a dead end to the south. So now we take these stairs. All ghastly. The goat. I kinda wanna look up what the deal is with Black and White 2 sewers water level. Oh, it is depending on the season. Okay, flooded in spring and summer, but dry in fall and winter. Okay, so it is based on the season. I was right. I don't know why I thought it was otherwise. That's kind of annoying because if there's an item that I want to get, well, okay, what I could do is just change my computer's clock, and I'm pretty sure if I step out and step back in, it'll change instantly. So we can do that. Like, I don't, or we can do that. Well, I guess if I get surf, well, no, wait. Never mind. Because the water needs to be high if we want to use surf. My point was just like, I don't know. Maybe I will just do the clock thing. Flame Orb, okay. I don't think I'm gonna be running anyone with guts, but Flame Orb is obviously a solid item, usually only obtainable with BP. From what I recall, like commonly, that's like a Battle Frontier item usually. Now hold up, is this? Oh, I can't access that. It's the other side. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to think of what I named my Flygons in the past, though, because Trapinch is going to need a nickname at some point. Stunfisk. You're certainly gonna go for ground move, right? In fact, Trapinch kind of handles this. Oh, nice. Nice, you've got another Xenoblade fan. Another Xenoblade fan made. Maybe that'll be me someday. Who knows? I do think I would be likely to give Xenoblade another shot once the new hardware comes out. Because I know... I mean, shit, I might be... If Prime 4 comes out the same day as the new hardware, I'm just gonna buy the new hardware to play Prime 4. Even if it does run on the base Switch, like, I'm just gonna upgrade immediately. Because that's like the one... Obviously, whatever, if like a, you know, Fire Emblem Genealogy remake happens, it just hasn't been announced yet, so like, there's nothing really to go off of. But like, if that happens, then that's like another one that I would want the new system to play, but it's like, as of what we know now, like what is currently announced, Prime 4 is like Oh. Prime 4 is like the only Nintendo first-party game that I'm like actually excited for. I think the Zelda game looks cool, interesting. He's a music reaction channel. Oh yeah, you did mention this guy before. Jesse's Auditorium. I can't say that I have. I mean, maybe it's possible that I've seen some thumbnails or something, but I don't recognize the name. And I guess Legend ZA is one that I have my eye on. It's just we haven't really seen anything of it actually, so I can't say that I'm like. I can't really say that that's a game that I'm like excited to play because I just don't know. We just don't really know anything about it. Besides that, it takes place in Kalos, primarily Lumiose, or like maybe just Lumiose, and that it's another Legends game, so it's likely going to play similarly to Legends Arceus in some capacity. But if it only takes place in Lumiose, I'm curious to see how that would work. I mean, maybe it'll be like a Majora's Mask sort of setup where you have Lumiose in the center and then you have areas that, you know, surround it kind of deal. That'd be kind of cool. Speaking of which, I haven't looked into the Majora's Mask recomp progress. Like, I know the Majora's Mask recomp is done, but I know they have plans to, like, add Ocarina of Time functionality. And, like, that is literally a dream game of mine. Seeing as you didn't play X and Y, if I pick that one up. Ooh. I mean, it certainly will be. Like, I don't see why it wouldn't, because it's dropping in 2025. Nintendo, I mean, I feel like they have to drop new hardware next year. I just don't know if it's going to be in the spring like they've historically done, or if they're going to do it in the fall. I feel like they're going to do spring again, right? I think that's what everyone's sort of banking on. But yeah, X and Y are like... See, the big takeaway with X and Y is that Kalos is a cool region. And so if ZA fulfills at least some of that, then it's like, okay, you're better off just playing that then. Because X and Y's story and characters are fucking shit. By and large. Sycamore's cool, I guess, but like... Team Flare is lame as shit. And you're like, your friends, your pals, your little crew, all suck ass. I don't like them very much. I mean, Tierno's a wholesome boy, but like, I don't know. Trevor can get dumped in a fucking trash can. And that, I don't know, I feel mean because it's like, they don't, they're very like nice characters, but it's just, they're so fucking bland and boring, man. Oh, Mega, I have a feeling Megas are for sure coming back. Because they literally showed the Mega Evolution symbol, and like that's kind of Kalos' whole thing. So yeah, I would bank on Megas coming back. Which is also exciting. Like, very exciting, in fact. And I don't know... I wonder if it's being... Yeah, I mean, it's just not written well, for sure. I mean, conceptually, I guess it's fine, but... Yeah, just like story-wise, the X and Y is really weak. The thing is, like, some of the lore that it introduces and explores a little bit is cool. And so it's like, okay, ZA has the possibility to capitalize on that and make something basically infinitely better than X and Y, which is cool. I'm way more partial to this than a Pokemon Z or X and Y remakes, if I'm honest. So that's why I'm excited about it, despite, you know, skipping over Unova, at least for now. The thing is, too, the Scarlet and Violet DLC takes place in Unova. It's like a new area, like Blueberry Academy or whatever, is in Unova, though. And they have, like, there's, like, remixes of the Wild Battle theme and the Trainer Battle theme, I think, from that. Because I remember listening to those, like, I really don't give two shits about the DLC, but, like, I was like, wait, I was like, Unova Trainer Battle theme from Scarlet and Violet, what? And then I gave it a listen, and I was like, oh shit, dude. But yeah, and also just the state of Pokemon remakes, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not... I'll look forward to the black and white remakes if we see them and it's something that actually looks appealing. But I'm not going to look forward to something that doesn't exist and we don't know anything about. Yeah, they for sure do take place after the events, which is why... Well, I mean, part of the reason why, at least, there was no Blueberry Academy in Unova. Ashgren coming back would be interesting. I think new megas are for sure... Maybe not for sure, but like I don't see... I don't know how they would bring back megas and then not do new ones, you know? So I see that as a high possibility. And I think I kind of like the free healing from Hughes still, so what I kind of want to do... I don't know how much more I can explore with the water raised, though, because some of it requires surf, but I kind of want to leave... I'm going to change... Adjust date and time. I'm pretty sure this is how it works. Set time automatically off. And then we change to June, like a month before, so summer. Change. And so the game should recognize when I step out. Oh, the chat's gonna disconnect for a second, hold up. Hold up. I think it's because I changed my computer's time, but now we're in summer and the water level's raised, and then I'm gonna set time automatically again. So let me refresh here. Okay, I think we should be connected again. Hopefully it didn't fuck with the stream itself, but my bitrate seems fine at least. I probably should have grabbed repels, but it's too late. I don't want to wait. Yeah, I don't know how much more I can actually get, though. There's gotta be at least an item or two that I can grab. New evolutions. Yeah, I think that there's... Yes, I agree. Like, Gen 4 handled new evolutions wonderfully. I mean, Gen 2 did the same thing. Actually, like, look at a mon like Scizor, which was... What's funny is Scyther and Scizor have the same BST, but Scizor introduced in Gen 2 and yet is, like... I mean, yeah, he's kind of fallen off at this point, like, compared to what he used to be, but he got better and better with, like, mechanic changes and move pool changes and all of that. But then you look at, like, some mons introduced in Gen 3, for instance, and it's like, oh boy. Can we get, like, a Mega Mightyena? Or... Like, I'm sure there's other options. I'm sure I could look through and be like, alright, who needs a Mega? Who needs an evolution, right? And even then, some of these guys just need stat buffs. Like, I know that a Mega or a new evolution are a good excuse to give them more stats, but, like, some mons got, like, 10 or 20 points here and there. In fact, Masquerain, I think, got, like, the most of maybe any of them at, like, 40? I think it was in Gen 7 that they did that. Where, like, some mons got boosts to certain stats by a little bit. But it's like, it's not nearly enough. Like, some of the mons that they buffed are, like, so in the shitter that they're gonna need way more than just 10 or 20 or even 40 points to be even, like, mediocre, you know? I do hope the chat's not fucking up again. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, Johto starters need... Yeah, I would agree. I could see, I do wonder... There were no Kalos starters in Legends Arceus. You'd think that they would pull 3, like, one of each type from different gens this time. Or maybe they do just do the Kalos... What do they do the Kalos starters and give the Kalos starters Megas? Mega Gren? Jesus Christ. Mega Gren would be obscene. Like, actually, regular Gren is still a threat. Ooh, Pelipper? Yeah, I think Swellow and Mightyena are, like, my picks for Gen 3 Mons. Like, those are the first two that come to mind. Maybe Tropius could stand to get something, also. There were Johto Mega Evos, but not the starters. The starters didn't get them. There's Mega Scizor, and there's Mega, Heracross, and Johto Megas. Is that it? I'm probably forgetting someone. Mega Meganium. I love that. I love the joke where it's like Meganium's already a Mega. It's Meganium. Shit's great. Yeah, for Alligator, it could be Water Dragon or Water Dark is one that I've seen thrown around as well. And honestly, those should be just their typings, kind of period. I like the Johto starters visually. I mean, Meganium's kind of whatever, but it's got a cool design, I guess. But it is kind of disappointing that they are just pure Fire, Water, Grass. Back in the day, it was fine. I mean, honestly, it's a little odd that Blastoise in the Gen 1 starter batch was the only pure water type in its final Evo. Obviously, Steel type didn't exist back then, but I don't know, Water Rock? Not a great typing, but it could work because of the shell, I guess. I'm kind of surprised Blastoise didn't become Water Steel in Gen 2, like how Magnemite and Magneton also gained the Steel typing in Gen 2. For Alligator evolves into the Resident Evil 2 monstrosity in the sewer. That's funny. Yeah, it definitely could get like Lovecraftian, for sure. Yeah, I think Blastoise Water Steel makes sense because I don't like Mega Blastoise is kind of nasty, but like regular Blastoise is not really so threatening that additional Steel typing would really be a problem. At least until Shell Smash existed, and then it's like okay. Maybe that's a problem then, but what an honor it is for a starter to get banned from, like, competitive singles, you know? Blaziken, Speed Boost Blaziken, for instance. And shit, even Speed Boost Blaziken is, like, not even a problem anymore, which is kind of crazy. That shit's, like, kind of... It's gotta be, like, in a lower tier, like RU or something stupid. Just wild. Maybe it's UU, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what, like, Mons that I would think are RU are actually in, like, fucking PU now, and so I'm just like, I don't even know what to think anymore. When it comes to lower tier rankings, I just have no clue. But yeah, who else would I want to get a Mega? I guess I'd have to look at a list. I was thinking Venomoth would be an interesting Mega candidate. I kind of like that Mon, funny enough. I mean, it's kind of just a moth, sort of. I mean, it's a big purple moth, but it's like a little generic. But something about it, I think, is like sort of cool. I guess. Oh, missed out on the event Torchic. I do remember them doing that. Yeah. It's like going into Oris and being able to trade over your speed boost. Was it a shiny as well? Or something? But it was definitely a speed boost Torchic. It was really nasty. I have thought about the possibility of revisiting Oris, and then I think about it and I'm just like, dude, I've got a lot of nostalgia for Hoenn, but it's like, I just don't know exactly what it is that I'm just not compelled to play those games, not even traditionally, but just like kind of in general. I don't, like even a ROM hack. And I think it's maybe because, like, if the Gen 3 remakes were in the Gen 5 engine, if it was during Gen 5, like I kind of assumed back in the day, then maybe it would be a different story, right? But it's like, okay, you want to go back to Gen 3, even with the ROM hack, like, yeah, update the mechanics, whatever, but it's like, I don't know, something about it just isn't super compelling to me. And then Oris is like, it's a solid remake, but it's also like, it's kind of like, okay, it does this thing better, but this thing worse. It's like kind of not as obvious of an upgrade as I think the previous two remakes were. Nice. And yeah, that's not to say that I think that Oris is like bad or anything. I mean, I had a good time with it, I guess, but like that was kind of the game that, well, it was that and Pokemon taking a year off that had me kind of step away, and was kind of like, I don't know. Like I don't know if I'm into this. And that was at the time where I was like, I thought Gen 6 was like the worst shit. Obviously probably better than the first two gens, just because at least mechanically, but even then, I at least have some nostalgic reasons to want to play potentially the earlier gens, but Mega Zangoose and Seviper, that's a good call, actually. Yeah, that would be kind of sick. Yeah, Oris had... Didn't Oris have, like, the, It had, like, the Battle Maison or whatever. Like, they basically ported that thing from X and Y, I think, into Oris, instead of doing the full-on Battle Frontier. That's another thing where it's like, maybe if the Battle Frontier wasn't Oris, then I'd be more partial to it, but it's like, I don't know, I don't really care for it artistically, really, because, you know, the 3D models are bland, blah, 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 they just kind of stand there, they're oversaturated, like, all the things that you've heard before, it's like, it's true. I think the music in Oris is awesome, but... And I would say that I like Gen 6 mechanically more than Gen 7, sorry, that's probably actually true too, but more than Gen 3. Because you have physical special split, and, what's it? It's like fairy typing and stuff like that. Megas as well. So like there are upsides, but the battles are so slow. And you can say that for Gen 7, and I've kind of like championed Gen 7 a bit. But I don't know. I'm still kind of hoping... I don't know about hoping, but there's still potential, I'd say, for the 3DS games to get brought over to current hardware. I don't know, I find it surprising that Game Freak is, or like the Pokemon series is the main one where like you just can't really play the older titles on the current system. Like, yeah, Nintendo's dragging their feet when it comes to, I'm like totally autopiloting this, but... What was I saying? Nintendo's dragging their feet when it comes to like getting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on Switch, but that's obviously because they're holding it for when they need to fill some kind of release gap. That much seems clear to me. Like, they don't need to release it, so why bother? But it's like with Pokemon, it's like... Oh, Bullet Punch? Oh, shit. It's lit. With Pokemon, it's like, it feels so obvious to do... If you don't want to... Okay, if you don't want to include them in the subscription service, which, first of all, if you did, that would get a lot of people to subscribe to the Nintendo Online. I miss the days of the Virtual Console where it was a la carte, of course, which is why I just, like, emulate any old Nintendo games that I want to play. Because most of which I had bought back in the day, either on Virtual Console or actual hard copies. And even so, it's like, hey, if you want to sell me a copy of Pokemon Black and White or Black and White 2 on the Switch, then maybe I'd actually buy it. Maybe. They're going to do remakes, though, obviously, and also I wouldn't be able to easily play a ROM hack like this, so maybe not the best example, but yeah. Mega Ruby team, plan to be Sceptile, Camera up to Crawdaunt, Manectric, Latios, Aggron. Dude, that's actually kind of a sick squad. And you have a few different Mega options, too. In fact, everyone but Crawdon on that team can Mega, so lots of options. Because I've always found it odd that Mega Sceptile's ability is Lightning Rod when it quad resists Electric already. I don't really have a better switch-in, really, except for Nidorino, maybe, to shrug off the Intimidate that I think happens. I've been, like, half paying attention. Yeah, I mean, if they... I guess I could see potentially... like, launch lineup. 3D Mario is gotta be, like, close to ready to go, right? Sure, there was some work put in on Bowser's Fury, but like that was already 4 years ago, 3, 4. That couldn't have been a full team effort either. Odyssey's 6 coming up on 7, so it's like we could see a new 3D Mario. I think Prime 4 is a safe bet for a launch title. I wonder if they would throw Wind Waker and Twilight Princess as launch titles for the system as well. I'm a little nervous about Payback killing, but I guess it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, Swellow's being fucking stupid. Oh, I guess... Never mind, Gramble is part fighting in this, I guess. Fairy fighting. It's kind of a cool combo. Do we have a fairy fighting type? At all? I feel like that's not a thing. Maybe Gen 9 added one or something, but I don't know. Yeah, like, it seems obvious if they don't want to throw them on the online service and they want to actually sell copies, that they would do some kind of collection. Where it's like, oh, Pokemon, the Game Boy collection. Like, dude, they could straight up... It's sad, but they could straight up get away with doing, like, here's... That had to have been a crit. Yeah, I was gonna say. I know you're +1, but, like, jeez. They could straight up get away with selling just the actual Game Boy games, right? Red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, crystal, for like $60 and people would buy it. I'm not saying they should do that, nor am I saying that I would buy into that, but I'm just saying, like, they could rake it the fuck in. Even more so than they already are. And they're not, which is surprising. But I guess they'd rather, well, it's like, but you'd rather put in the resources to make a remake like Let's Go Pikachu Eevee than just, like, sell the older titles that already exist for, like, probably the same price. So there must be some... They're either showing some restraint, or there is some passion, at least, for at least some of these remake projects, maybe. Iron Valiant's the fairy fighting. I thought so. I thought there was one. And Val is kind of an obvious one, because that thing is a menace. I think it's funny that it's a dead end that he comes from. It's like, what? Why did he not walk out from the cave, though? That would have made more sense. Also, it never occurred to me. Transferring within your own cart? Yeah, I agree. Being able to, like, trade with yourself? That's something that I wish the Battle Network Legacy Collections allowed you to do, but... At least there's online play for that. But dude, they could do online play! That's the other thing with Switch Online, even. Maybe that is part of the reason why they don't want to put them on Switch Online, is because they don't want to facilitate and have to deal with, like, server load and shit for online battles for the older Pokemon games. That'd be super sick, though. That would be super sick. Although, honestly, I'd like to see them put more effort into a potential collection or ports than just port them. Like, giving them some kind of pixel remaster sort of treatment. Like, you know, actually redo the pixel art in HD kind of deal. Maybe that wouldn't work so well for the older titles. For the DS games especially, I'm like, that's where I'm at. I don't even necessarily want them to look like Octopath, because I just don't think... I think the idea... Like, people's heart is in the right place, their thought process is in the right place with the HD 2D, but I'm like... There's that tech demo... Or not tech demo, like some kind of fan-made thing of like, Ekritique from Johto in HD 2D, and I'm like, this isn't really what I want it to look like, though. But I think that's partially because I just like HDSS's art style so much that I'm just like, just give me that, but in HD. Like, that's pretty much all I necessarily need. You want to add some depth to it, sure. Like, I think the added depth to the HD 2D is cool. But, like, there's something about that particular art style, like, it's maybe a little too... Is it because the colors are muted? Is it because the world and character design is kind of bland in Octopath, maybe? Does that make sense? It's like, conceptually, the HD 2D thing I think is cool. And I think the Dragon Quest remakes look a hell of a lot better and, like, definitely more appealing to me visually. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like, it'd be an easy sell to be like, hey, here's the Gen 1 and 2 games for $60 in a collection. Ideally, you do more than just bundle them together. Like, you do something. I mean, there'd be some kind of specialized menu at least, right? Or, I mean, shit. Knowing Game Freak, it'd probably just be like, you buy the collection, they're separate executables for each game, and it just boots in like a virtual console thing. And the thing is, they could do that, and it would sell. Yeah, it's like, I like this particular pixel art style a lot, and so I'm just like, just give me this, but HD. I don't really need anything more than that. I mean, it'd be nice if they, like, you know, crank the difficulty up and all that jazz, right? But when did you take damage? Wait. Whatever. I don't think there's an item over here, right? No. Well, no. Little Rhyhorn. Yeah, I'm not gonna catch anyone for a little while, so might as well knock these battles out. Forgot to hit a seltzer here. Gablite. Oh, this is why we have Covet, I see. Oh, Breaking Swipe. Lowered attack, okay. You pivot into this, but he probably has some kind of ground move, maybe Bulldoze, which is a little bit scary, but I go Trapinch, I think, after. Yeah, he goes for Breaking Swipe. I could probably stay in once, but once again, I just don't have, like, anything super great to hit him with. Also, I'm gonna check the Pokédex, how many Mons I've seen. Once I hit 160, I can get the I was gonna say Eviolite, but then I was like, I was thinking about this the other... After I finished streaming, I was like, I guess it would be pronounced Eviolite, specifically, because it's like, with the I in the middle, so you wouldn't pronounce the E and the I the same way necessarily, but... I wonder what it's called in Japanese, though. Oh, he just goes for Swipe again. This extra damage from Bullet Punch better actually proved to be useful, because otherwise Clear Body was probably the play in reality. But I guess I'm probably going to run an Elemental Punch on this thing. To be fair. It's Sabin's time to shine. Yeah, I guess, like, I think collections are like, you know, HD kind of remasters for the first 5 gens makes sense. But then when you get to Gen 6, it's like, okay, I guess you could do, you know, Luigi's Mansion 2 got a remaster, for instance, right? So you could do like a similar thing with XY Oris in the Gen 7 games, but I would almost rather... I don't know. They're doing Legends ZA, so I feel like X and Y would be more like a remaster treatment. But for Gen 7, I'm like, can we just get Pokemon Stars? Like that rumored 3rd version that was supposed to be for Switch or whatever? It was probably planned, but never like properly in development, if I had to guess. Or maybe they canned it after a year or something. That's bad. But, I don't know, it's one of those things where Game Freak kind of atlased themselves with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, where it's like, okay, let's do a new version of these that's, like, kind of better in some ways, but also, like, kind of worse in other ways. And also, like, overcharging for basically the same, like charging the same amount for basically the same game again, but it's like they've been doing that for... Like, that's what Emerald is, guys. And Emerald and Platinum and... I mean, I guess that's pretty much it. But, like, Emerald and Platinum, and I guess you could say Crystal, are, like, the best versions. The thing is that Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon are not, like, so obviously better, especially because the story changes, as a lot of people will point out. It's paced better, for sure. And I seem to remember, like, the battles being... maybe a little more challenging or something. Better variety as far as what you can catch, too. I forgot Sleep Clause is not a thing. But it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I don't feel particularly attached to any particular version of the Gen 7 games, so, like, just give me... Like, just give me, the definitive version of Gen 7 in that case. You know, like, just make one. Like, I don't really... Because it's just tricky, because then it's like, okay, do you remaster Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon? It's like, they're so similar that it's like, eh. And then when it comes to Oris, I'm like, are they gonna... I mean, there's no Let's Go Johto yet, so I feel like that's probably not gonna actually happen. Which I'm fine with, because HGSS is gonna probably stay the best Johto games anyway. It's kind of annoying as Trapinch got knocked out. Also, Trapinch is pretty close to evolving. They knocked it down to level 30 instead of 35. Yeah, I think if I had my way with if I had control of, like, the Pokemon Company and I can control the release plan for the next whatever, first of all, I would license out a lot of these remasters and not have Game Freak do them in-house, because, like, they need to focus on the actual games that they're developing fresh to make sure that they're actually finished and polished. But, the early games, like, first 3 gens, okay, just slap them out on NSO, or I guess if I had control, I'd say, like, sell them a la carte, or in a collection or something. All of the first 3 gens for $60 or something, I don't know. Like, every version and all that. And like Gens 4 and 5, pixel remaster that shit. Like just like HD versions of the existing thing. I guess you'd have to tweak the UI and stuff, but like more or less just remasters. And then XY, you just do an HD remaster, I guess, that's fine. Or I guess you could say the same. Like for the Gen 6. Gen 6, remasters. Gen 7, just give me a definitive version. I don't need all 4 of the Gen 7 games that are on 3DS. I just need like one version that like encapsulates the best of Sun and Moon while also improving on it, because it'd be for like an actual piece of hardware instead of the fucking 3DS. Which again, I loved my 3DS, but it's not a great piece of hardware. And it showed in the Gen 7 games. Even in the Gen 6 games, honestly. But yeah. Skippable cutscenes, and like that would just give them more reign to like just improve on the Gen 7 games, which I think are already like pretty damn good, all things considered. Especially like narratively and location-wise and all of that. I don't think you need to change anything super majorly. The people who don't like the linear design kind of thing, is like, that's not gonna change. I'm not gonna say like a remake Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, or like, you know, make a definitive version and completely change like the fucking layout of everything. It's like, the layout's fine. Like, the way you progress is fine. The story's fine. Make the protagonist emote, even in the slightest. You may make some story changes, I guess, but as long as the core is there. I guess that's why I'm not too bothered by Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon's story either. Like, yeah, Lucamine's definitely weaker as a character, but everything else is, like, pretty much the same. So, like, it just never really bothered me as much as it seems to a lot of other people. But I think part of that's also just, like, salt, because they basically, like, didn't make that many substantial changes and then resold 2 versions again. Which was a first. Because at least for Black and White 2, like, these are full-on sequels. I don't think anyone was upset that... Maybe there was one guy, but, like... I don't think very many people were upset about... Like, oh, they're just doing Unova again. It's like, well, this game's, like, pretty drastically different. I was saying last time how this middle stretch of, like, the 3rd through 6th badge is, like, pretty familiar, but there's new areas, like, where I'm literally at in the game now, like, new areas. And, you know, adding in older mons and all of that stuff that I've already talked about. Yeah, I guess sequels to Sun and Moon could also work. I just really want to see them largely ditch the 2-version thing. I know that's probably not going to happen, but like Legends, the Legends games are single versions, and so I'm like, okay, there's at least some desire to step outside of that. It's actually kind of crazy that they've been able to do the 2-version thing for so fucking long. I can't think of another game series that is, like, currently active that does that. Of course, Battle Network tried to copy it. And then when we got to Star Force, it's like they got really... Like, dude, Star Force 1 having 3 versions? Fuck out of here with that shit. Fuck out of here, dude. Absolutely not. That shit was heinous. That's why Star Force DX is actually really good. What if Monolith? Yeah, exactly. Or at least get them to, like, help out in some substantial way, right? If you want Game Freak to still, like, have their hands on it, fine. But I do think... I mean, shit, Monolith might be able to do... Like, do an entry that's a little more action-focused, where you play as the Pokemon in battle, you know? Just because of how Xenoblade's combat system works. I mean, I don't know. I could see that working. I don't die to this, do I? It's Jet. Yeah, the, was it the Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon protagonist as champion in like a Sun and Moon 2? It'd be interesting. I just think that Lusamine and like that whole like Lusamine, Gladion and Lily, like that whole dynamic and everything is like really cool. And so I feel like that's a big reason why I like Sun and Moon so much, is like that aspect to the story, which is pretty front and center for most of it. Well, and even I guess like Guzma's involvement, and then like Guzma's thing with Kukui, like his beef with him, and like there's like cool shit there. And as much as it would be cool to see sequels, I'm just like, I feel like that particular story, while not like the most amazing thing ever, period, or anything, like for Pokemon, I think it's like very strong. Go on Air Slash. It hits opposing fightings, like I was saying. I did use Covet on that Gabite, so like for dragons, it's nice. I'm eventually gonna put Ice Beam on this though, likely. Really want to focus on character expressions in a mature title. Oh, Monolith? Yeah, I guess, is Xenoblade like pretty much wrapped up with 3? Because I know like the DLC like ties everything together to some effect. So is that like, I guess that's like done, right? Like they could do spin-offs, they could do another one, I guess, but probably time for something new, yeah? At least do something new before doing another Xenoblade game specifically. Or if they're gonna do another Xenoblade game, do something, yeah, it's done, okay, cool. At least you could somewhat make an excuse for PN. Yeah, I mean, like, Battle Network, it wasn't too bad. I mean, like, 3 didn't need to be 2 versions, but 4, 5, and 6 justify it fine, I guess. But, like, Star Force, I don't know. At least Star Force 2, which I don't really like that much, at least there you have 2, like, choices in the game, but then, like, the third one is in the other version, so it's like Zerker is in both, where Saurian and Ninja are the ones that are split. Do I want Air Slash? It hits grass types. It hits opposing fightings just like Covet does. Whereas Covet, we already have a way to hit dark types. I think Air Slash is actually better, especially for Berg. Wait a second. For Berg, this is going to be nuts. Yeah, Star Force 3 did it okay. I mean, I haven't played Red Joker, so I don't know. I can't necessarily speak on it personally, but it seems like it was way more warranted there. I kind of wish I could revive Trapinch, because you might actually... Well, maybe Trapinch can evolve in the gym, in fact. Just because backtracking out of here with no repels is going to be annoying, so I kind of want to just wrap up my time in this cave. Star Force 1 was just exclusive forms. Yeah, no, that was definitely easily the most egregious. And Capcom wonders why people were getting sick of Mega Man at that point already. Even me. Even I was sick of Mega Man at that point. I mean, now that I have I have the pick of the litter, I can, like, choose which Mega Man games I want to play at any given time. Like, they're all accessible to me. And so, I wouldn't say that I'm sick of it. I can just ignore the ones that I don't care for, or I'm not interested in. But even then, some of the ones that I've not played, like, I do want to play the Legends games at some point. I know they're kind of clunky, early 3D, you know, but like, I had an N64, well, I still have my N64, but I wasn't into Mega Man at the time, so... Or I guess Battle Network was, like, my only exposure to it. When I was, like, you know, like, very young, like, single digits and all that. Like, I don't even know if I knew that Mega Man 64 was even a thing, which is obviously what Legends was called on 64. Obviously. You know what I mean. Maybe if a Legends 3 ever does actually get announced, then I'd be like, oh, that's a good excuse to, like, Well, no, they should just do a fucking Legacy Collection with 1, 2, and Tronbon, but... I don't know. I'm also kind of the mind of, like, maybe you just straight up remake Legends. Because, yeah, N64, PS1, you know, running and shooting, like 3D, just like 3D movement in that generation. If you're not like Nintendo first party, is not, well, I guess you have like Crash and stuff. I shouldn't. What I mean is that like Capcom definitely didn't have it together when it came to that. I don't think. Like Resident Evil's different. Resident Evil's different, a lot slower, methodical. But I mean like, you know, a platformer, or like I can imagine it was rough. I can tell just by like watching footage of Legends. And so I'm like, I feel like you remake that. You like Resident Evil remake that. That'd be sick. I mean, shit, you might be able to even, I don't know, like, how different the story is from Legends 1 to 2, but, like, you could even combine the stories into one and just tell it over one game. And maybe you want to do a Legacy Collection as well to have the original games preserved in some way, but I don't know. Fucking hiccuping for some reason. Oh shit, you emulated Legends on a early 2000s desktop. That must have been pretty rough. That must have been very rough, actually. I'd be curious. I mean, I have DuckStation on my computer, so it's like... I think the thing I'm more concerned about than the controls is more so... What am I switching to here? He's probably gonna Psybeam or something. I'm more concerned about like the environments just being kind of boring and like getting bored of it because of that. Goes for Mudshot. Intended for the water type. So maybe he doesn't have Psybeam in that case, so maybe I just go back into this? Artillery is kind of dangerous this early because of just having high attacking stats. If it was late game, it's pretty frail and slow, so you just like one-shot it with a Thunderbolt or Energy Ball or something, but you did have Psybeam, and you didn't click it. Yeah, unfortunately I have to. I do live 2 Psybeams, so I can actually manage this, but this is kind of a scary mon for my team. With it, like this moveset, Psybeam, Mudshot, Octazooka, shit sweeps me. Oh, and he got the confusion like a little bitch. That's annoying, actually. Same roll 2 times in a row. Let's try this again. Kid Brain didn't factor the FPS drops at the time, yeah. No, I bet. I don't even think that I knew about, there's no way I knew about emulation in the same way back then. Because as I've mentioned a lot, that the Wii Virtual Console was really my first exposure to emulation in any form. But at the time, it was just like, oh, I get to play a bunch of older titles that I otherwise didn't have access to, which was neat. So like, it's almost like I kind of grew up, in a sense. I was like 10 or 12 or something. But like, I kind of grew up with NES and Super Nintendo games to some effect because of the Virtual Console. And that was before the Virtual Console let you do, like, save states and shit. Also. Not that I did anything super crazy or anything, but just saying. Your older cousin somehow read into emulation when you were in, like, 5th or 6th grade. That's kind of cool, though. Because, I mean, emulation's cool. At the time, though, it was definitely very primitive, so... couldn't have been the best experience, but... set everything up, too. Oh, that's nice, too, yeah. I mean, shit, even these days, that's the most daunting thing, right, is getting an emulator set up. Largely, though... honestly, a lot of emulators are kind of plug-and-play, unless you want to do something fancy. Like, if you're trying to play a Wii game on an actual controller, that can be tricky for sure. Daunting, but if you're just trying to play, like, Super Nintendo games or something, it's like, you can kind of just kind of plug and play. There's probably some settings you want to tweak, but it's not anything too crazy. Do you heal? Oh, it's lit. I always liked this area. Partially because you can find Eevee here, so it's like, oh. Wait a second. Koji, an artist living in the city. My Litwick and I are working on a project that we've yet to name. But you don't see a Litwick? He's just a bit shy. Oh, cool. So Koji, this is like Koji's self-insert little cameo. The guy who did the title screen art. That's neat. See, I don't have a problem with that. But, some ROM hacks get a little bit crazy with the self-insert stuff, and I'm just like, why'd you do that? Trapinch. Do I want to give you the EXP share, maybe? Probably, right? Where the fuck is it? There it is. XP share, I forgot. I'm gonna give you the Eviolite, assuming I can. Eviolite, whatever. Your oldest cousin had a desktop at a time that ran Adobe. Oh, but you tested it on your sister's desktop? That's fun. Scene 167. Oh shit. Wow, just like that. It's probably actually planned that way, where it's like, okay, if you fight every trainer up through, like, through Castelia City, like, everything in Castelia City, then you have enough to get the Eviolite, so that makes sense. To the free space, to the free space. Some of these evolution items and specific items I'm going to sell, because, like, I'm not going to use a Marowak, I'm not going to use a Pikachu, I'm not going to use a Porygon Z, or Porygon 2 in this case, but, you know, or a Milotic. And, like, other held items, I think I'm just going to move over, like, niche ones. I don't see why I would run Flame Orb or Toxic Orb. I'm trying to think. It's, like, maybe on, like, a special attacker or something. If I was running Trick, but even then, it's like, what? You're better off running an actually beneficial item instead of trying to do some bullshit like that. So it might even be worth just, like, selling the orbs in that case. I'm not gonna get cheeky with it like I tried to do with, what's it, Reuniclus in Volt White, where I was like, oh, what if I threw Flame Orb and used Trick, or Switcheroo, or whatever? That's pretty cool, though. That you had a... that your cousin was, like, super into that stuff. Because I know in my own experience, like, I was the oldest, and so I kind of had to be the one that was, like, introducing stuff like that. And so, well, I guess one of my best friends when I was, like, really young, he had an older brother. So I guess that was, like, kind of similar. But it was more so, like, Newgrounds cartoons and RuneScape and stuff like that I was introduced through that. But even stuff like my earliest memory of Metroid Prime is my friend's older brother playing it on the GameCube back in the day. I don't think I recognized that it was Metroid Prime until, like, later, and I was like, oh shit, that was Fintrona Drifts in Metroid Prime. But, like, he's the one who introduced me, like, Sonic Adventure 2 and Battle Network, stuff like that. pretty cool. Even Pokemon, actually, funny enough. Because that's the tricky thing, like being the oldest, and my parents not knowing anything about video games, is that, like, yeah, my aunt got me a N64 when I was like a toddler, I think. I don't remember exactly when it was, but it must have been, I want to say it was in the late 90s. Because she got me one with 2 controllers, and so like my sister was already born. And so it's like, that would make sense if it was like late 90s, maybe very early 2000s. But it had to have been at least a couple of years before I got my GBA SP in like 03. So I just can't put an exact date on it. I think I tried to look up the specific N64 that I had, because it was like the one with the atomic purple controller, and so I'm guessing it was new or like some kind of deal, or some kind of price drop or something. Because I know my GameCube was like, when it was $99.99, it was like the silver GameCube that came with Double Dash. And that released either in 03 or 04. I got it in 04, I think. Still have it too, in box and everything. Not the system, but it came with the, it was like the gray, it was like, you know, the standard black N64, right? I think it's a black N64, and then it's a gray controller, solid gray, and then the atomic purple see-through controller came with it. But that was like kind of the promotional thing. It's like atomic purple controller. But yeah, I still have that up in my closet. But the thing is, I don't have like the foam inserts and all of that for the box, and so it's just kind of like loose in there. But I have all the components to it. It's just, you know, back in the day when game systems came in like cardboard boxes that are not exactly sturdy in the same way. It's just like with GBA games that came in cardboard boxes. Y'all remember that shit? It's like you couldn't... I remember the DS being like a revelation because you had those hard shell cases that you could put the game back in. Whereas with GBA, obviously I guess there was less of a danger of GBA cartridges getting like damaged. It was just like the bottom part. Like the DS had like the exposed like chipset or like whatever you want to call it on the back, so you probably wanted to put it back in the case. Yeah, that controller's cool. I don't think it got very much use because I think I actually just used the regular gray one for whatever reason. Resting the GBA card in the cardboard holder. See, I don't even remember that because it was always like, you open the cardboard box and it's like, what am I gonna do with this? The box arts for Game Boy Advance were awesome though, for sure. I know Space Cowboy like went to a convention recently and he sent me some pictures of like complete in-box GBA cartridges, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty sick. Getting GBA boxes with dented corners and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. Like they just didn't make them very sturdy, you know? Like at least my GameCube, the GameCube box at least, it has like a sleeve that goes over it, like over the box itself. That's like maybe a little bit worn, a little bit. But the box itself, like it's sturdy enough. And I mean, the GameCube is a literal cube that fits pretty snugly in there too, so it like it's able to hold its shape better. Then you get to the Wii, and it's like that's like a heavy duty, like really sturdy box. And of course, like the two like, you know, shelves or whatever that are thrown in there. Anyway, Pokemon. Progress. What was I gonna do here? I was gonna sell some of my excess bullshit. Floatstone. Thick Club. Yeah, it's like anything that I would need for PWT from like my old teams, I'll just PK Hex in. It's not a big deal. Light Ball. Yeah, it's like I'll just hack it in if I really need to. I don't see that happening though. Shards are actually good. to have. I like keeping those in the free space too, so they're out of the way. Rare Bone, Hammer Ball. Even like the Soothe Bell I don't think I really need. Right, I'm not gonna do any friendship evolutions. Even my backup options I don't think are friendship involved. Sell that. Wise Glasses could actually be used, Scope Lens could actually be used. Am I running a poison type? Yes, Nidoking. Actually, yeah. The shitty thing is, like, I'm saying Nidorino's bulk. I keep saying Nidorino's bulk is terrible. So, like, I want to throw the Eviolite on him probably, but Black Sludge is another option, I suppose. Until I get a Life Orb, you know? I'm just gonna sell these, because I'm just gonna buy more Castelia Cones in a second. Berry Juice is fine to hold on to just top off. Used and new imports. Yeah, that shit's wild. Yeah. Yeah, part of me does kind of wish that I had held on to the boxes for those, but those are long gone at this point. What do we have here? Oh, okay, EV resetting berries. I guess, like, these wouldn't be too bad to use every now and again. Just for, like, you know, physical attackers just lowering their special attack EV to min to make sure, like, we're not maxed out or whatever. I'm not gonna get crazy with it, but... And at that point, it's like, I don't know. I guess if I'm running something that is only using physical attacks, which I don't think I have any, or special attacks, which I don't have anything like that just yet. Because Nidorino's going to pivot into a special or mixed attacker when it evolves. Samurott is inherently a mixed attacker. In fact, the Brave Nature probably brings its physical attack in line with its special attack, which is naturally higher. It's like 100 versus 110 in this hack, usually 108 special attack. Metagross can be mixed as well, to some effect. I'm probably going to run pretty much exclusively physical on Metagross, but it's an option. Flygon can be mixed. It's more specially leaning in this hack, but its attack stat is also still really good. It's like 110 or something dumb. The other two members are more strictly physical and special, respectively, though. So maybe later. If I remember. It doesn't really matter that much, though. Anything else? I guess it's not hurting anything to leave the orbs in here, but I'm also like, well, I guess when I import, like, my Conch Elder, like, it'd be nice to just have the Flame Orb, I guess. Or Toxic Orb if I want to bring in my XG team. It's like Swellow. Well, I guess Flame Orb is just as well, whatever, it's... Well, I guess no, sometimes you run Toxic Orb in this gen, or pre-Gen 6? When was burn damage changed? It was 6 or 7. Gen 6 or 7 burn damage was changed from, I want to say 12% to 6%. It's like burn used to be more significant. I don't know if that was adjusted in this hack or not, but because Toxic actually starts out less, I think Toxic starts out at 6%, I want to say, and then grows. Whereas Poison is actually, like, starts higher but stays the same. So it's like, if you're only going to be in for a turn, then Toxic damage is actually less than burn, or even regular Poison. So it's one of those things. That's why sometimes you only want to set up, like, 1 layer of T-Spike instead of 2. Stuff like that. It depends on the circumstance. Why did I say all that? I guess because Toxic Orb could have its uses if burn was not changed. That's one of those things I could see having been overlooked. Or maybe not even, like, easily changeable. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna move the shards and heart scales over. Cool. Grab some more Castelia Cones. And lemonades, right? Yeah. It's this one, yeah. The next one's the back alley. Okay, I thought it was limited by day. A grass type. I do not have a grass type. See, I'm telling you, maybe he does specifically ask for a type that you don't have on you, but maybe I'm just unlucky with that. I don't even know what he gives you. Probably gems, if I had to guess. That would make sense. What else? Oh, get the Eviolite, that's right. And Lemonades. So I had, what, 6 or 8 or something? Just spam A for a while. Stock back up to like 20 or so, maybe. And then it's time to take on Bird. Alright, let's see what I'm at after this. But, I guess, what have y'all been playing lately? I don't know that I know necessarily. Like, Gustavo, I know you were doing Astral Chain for a while, but it's been a few weeks, so I don't know if you've wrapped that up. I know Space Cowboy was working on Yakuza Kiwami Legend, so I don't know if you jumped into anything new or anything like that. And then Eric, I know you have Omega Ruby on the way, so probably waiting on that, if I had to guess. Because I guess I've already kind of like talked somewhat extensively on what I've been playing. And like, when it comes to Dark Souls 3, I don't know. I'm not like so beholden to it that I'm like, I'm going to finish this per se. Like, I could see myself dropping it for no particular reason other than just like gradual loss of interest. But as I mentioned, like the area that I just got to is really beautiful, and so I'm like, okay, I'm down to like see this through for a little while, at the very least. Just stuff you're still playing, Battle Network post games and whatnot. You said you were gonna pick up Infinite Wealth, but then I know you had some tech trouble, some unexpected purchases you had to make. So I don't know if that's something that you're still planning on getting or not. I know Infinite Wealth is on sale on Steam, so I don't know if it is on PlayStation as well, or if it has been. I think it's like $48.99 or something like that. Still doing your Xenoblade Optimized run, that's right. Usual Atelier grind. And nearing the end of Astral Chain, gotcha. So I see you're also juggling 3 different games at once. It's one of those where it's like, it's cool to have options and be like, oh, tonight I feel like playing SMT5, or tonight I'm gonna progress in Yakuza 4. Or I'm just gonna play more Dark Souls 3, and it's like, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like I'm making such slow progress in each of those that it's like, it'd be nice to wrap one up and like call it, so that way I can focus in more on the other two. Thing with Astral is that you need to plan those sessions. I see. So that you're able to do like a full chapter in one go. How long are the chapters in that? I feel like most chapter-based games, well, I shouldn't say most, because Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth exist, but most chapter-based games probably like, what, an hour or two at most? I would imagine. But still, yeah, having to plan to be able to sit down and just do that straight. I get that. Alright, we got bulky Nidorino. Nice, what is it, like 70 72 defense? Math? Yeah, 72 defense and 60 SpDef. Wow, that's like almost on par with Metang. I mean, in fact, it's actually better on the SpDef side. Surprisingly enough. A few hours. Okay, I see. It's gonna be a little longer than... I actually don't know what like the average chapter length in most games are. Like, what's up, Jamie? Just doing stream. What's this hack about? So this is basically, it's the same story and like progression and all that of Black and White 2 with some added fights. Like you fight Bryson instead of doing PokeStar Studios, but it's mostly like Gen 6 typing. So like Fairy type is here, Steel type was nerfed, all of those changes. No Megas or anything like that, but like largely like new moves. Some moves are added, like, you know, Breaking Swipe we saw on a Gabite earlier. Abilities were changed so you can actually get Contrary Superior, for instance, as your starter. Just like better distribution of abilities, moves, all of that, in addition to a higher difficulty. And with this hack in particular, because Black and White 2 has a challenge mode that you can unlock, they unlock that from the get-go, and so you can actually choose to activate that, and that changes how certain gym battles play out. I'm playing on normal because I don't want to deal with like double and triple battles for gym leaders, but that is like the major change that's made in challenge mode. And I guess like some mons were change types, so like Duat is usually a pure water type, whereas it's water fighting here. This Bug Ground is going to turn to a Bug Dragon, etc., etc. But it basically, like in my mind, I think this is like the best way to play Black and White 2. Vanilla is great too. This is my favorite Pokemon game, so I mean, you can't really go wrong. But I do think that overall this hack does enhance the experience greatly. It's Drayano's like most recent work, and I guess Aphex Cubed was the primary developer, whereas Dre kind of more so helped. But Drayano has like a bunch of ROM hacks that are similar to this, that date back as early as like 2010, maybe even earlier. But the more recent ones, like Renegade Platinum and Volt White 2 Redux, or Blaze Black 2 Redux if you want to play that version, are both awesome. The earlier hacks, your mileage may vary, they're still good, but maybe not quite as polished or balanced. I mean, Megatron's kind of the obvious lead, but Sabin's a little behind, and I just got the Eviolite, so I'd like to make use of that. And then Trapinch, you evolve at 30 in this, so there's a chapter that was like two nights long. Wow, approximately 4 hours. That sounds cool. I mean, yeah, Astral Chain is one of those games I've mentioned that like it'd be cool to check out. It's just it's locked to Switch. If it was all on Steam, then maybe I would have checked it out already, but if the new Nintendo hardware is gonna be like somewhat what I expect it to be, or what I like think is likely, then I could see myself wishlisting a lot of games that I otherwise maybe wouldn't have been that interested in checking out, because of the, you know, ideally better performance and all of that. And I'm sure, does Astral Chain run at 60 on Switch? Like, it's a Platinum game, it's an action game, so I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if it does. But I also kind of wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't, because, you know, the Zelda games could benefit from running at 60, but no. And I get why, because those games are massive, but, you know. Now that hustle miss. Hustle and bustle. Lit. I guess using up all my poison jabs is probably not... Well, I guess, no, there's a shortcut that we unlock at the top, so I can go back and heal if I really want to. 30 FPS, but it runs really smooth. That's fair. That's fair. I remember being surprised when I was streaming Twilight Princess last year, and I was like, wait, this runs at 30, but it doesn't feel like I couldn't tell. I could not tell because it is like the smoothest 30 FPS in existence on the GameCube. Whereas games like Metroid Prime ran at 60 back in the day even, which is cool. Still waiting on Prime 2 Remastered, though. Still waiting on that. And there's even, like... There's some quality of life things they could do with that. Specifically being able to skip the Portal cutscenes. If you were able to skip the Light World, Dark World transitions, I feel like that would ease a lot of people's complaints. Because honestly, I find that a lot of the backtracking and ammo complaints about Prime 2 are just like... I don't know what you're talking... Like, it's like, I did not experience that, really. Except for just not realizing that you were supposed to go back to a previous area at one point. But once I knew, and I took the elevator... Like, you can directly go to the area you need to go. So it's like, really not that bad. It's just like knowing, or having the idea that... it's just structured better. You don't have to go through fucking linear-ass Magmore caverns back and forth a million times. And some of that can be avoided if you know what you're doing, but there's still plenty of mandatory Magmore caverns in Prime 1. But Prime 2, it's like you've got the Temple Grounds as a hub, and then you have... I almost called it Arbiter's Grounds. Fucking Aegon Wastes, Torvus Bog, and Sanctuary Fortress, like, surrounding it. And they all connect to each other, at least by elevator. And then for the big fetch quest at the end, there's fast travel. So it's like... Well, kind of. There's at least, like, teleporters, or whatever. Now that we have BP, maybe I don't want to run Quick Claw. Maybe I want to run Muscle Band. Because, like, Metal Claw would have killed with Muscle Band on. And we keep getting Quick Claw procs on the Bullet Punch, which is really unnecessary. Fury Cutter. I mean, after a single turn, this does more than Bug Bite. It's like Bug Bite does more out the gate. Whereas if I use this 2 turns in a row, then it's like... quite strong. What is the power increase? Is it 1.5? Like, is it 45 the second hit, then 60? I've never actually looked into that. Maybe it's even less than that, though? I feel like Bug Bite's probably just better. If I had to guess. I'm just like, Megatron might even level up from this. If not this, then one more Mon, but... The Bug Bite. Yeah, I'll probably just go back and heal, since we're using up all the poison jabs. Didn't help that I missed, like... I missed 2 of them, or something. I'm kind of surprised that the Nido line doesn't get Drill Peck. I know it wouldn't be necessarily even that great or worth running, but... At the same time, like, they get Regular Peck, but Regular Peck is terrible. Let's go into this. Do I have time tomorrow? Maybe? It's just like, things have been kind of... I've just got like a lot going on right now, basically, so maybe not. Especially because I've been streaming daily, at least for this week. So it's kind of tricky. I'm like kind of stressed out with planning for my trip at the end of the month and all of that. Yeah, like, the answer is like I could maybe do it, but I'm kind of like, I've just got like a lot of stuff that I'm trying to do, so probably not. At the very least, probably not tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I've got like a lot of prep and like other projects that I'm working on and stuff that I'm like really trying to make sure that I get those done before I leave. So it's been kind of stressful. And I haven't like really had a ton of time to like actually do everything that I've wanted to do on some days. Nidorino should be pretty safe. The Silverwind boosts are pretty egregious here though, but oh man. The Poison Jab probably does a lot though. Oh my. Yeah, like that had to have been a crit, because it's a resist. Please don't get another boost. Oh my god, that does so much. Does BP kill? I mean, I guess I live another one, but I want to see if this kills. No. I need to throw the muscle band on this thing. That was a dirty-ass roll. That was actually the dirtiest roll of all time. What was that, man? It had to have been like min roll into max roll, literally. That's crazy. And see, because it's not a Nuzlocke, I'm not snapping my controller in half right now because of that. I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. That's fucking crazy, dude. I'm gonna go heal, though. Yeah, because there's a battle down... Who has the muscle band? Jin? Yeah. Let's swap these. What is your speed stat now? 38? Obviously this thing's slower. 38's honestly not a... Doesn't seem like it's terribly slow. I did check though, Duat is base 60. And so yeah, I think for... Well, normally by this point in the game, base 60 is pretty quick. Speed tier wise. It would be. But we're facing like fully evolved mons in some cases, so actually that's like less true. So I think the quick claw could actually come into play. Especially when it comes to like Leavanny or some shit. Because that's gonna be a little scary. I feel like maybe Duat can live one hit from Leavanny if it's not like a Leaf Blade, you know? It's probably like Razor Leaf if I had to guess. Maybe they would give it Leaf Blade this early, I don't know. I kinda doubt it, but... We can kill with Air Slash is what I'm getting at. Do I have any other better options, though? Scope Lens... It's an interesting idea. I don't hate it. Never melt ice, blah blah blah, charcoal. Nothing I can really make use of currently. So yeah, you kind of need the Eviolite to be... Maybe the Eviolite on Jin is actually better though. Because it's actually frailer than Nidorino. Because Nidorino is going to resist grass and bug anyway. Scope Lens on you. Yeah, I think the muscle band on this is kind of important because I'm like failing to pick up KOs that I'm like barely missing KOs basically. And it wouldn't be too much of a problem because I have Bullet Punch to to clean up, but it's also like that's not doing as much as I'd like it to. But I think it's just because Metang's stats are not actually that great. For this point in the game, it's pretty solid, especially defensively, but... yeah. I don't even know what this thing's base attack is. I know Metagross is like 135 or something crazy, or 130 maybe. Which is, like, insanely high. Scope lens on this. Yeah, I mean... What other option do I have? Black Sludge? Oh, Black Sludge might actually be better. A little bit of passive healing. I like that. Okay, and... this just needs to hit 29, and then I can rare candy it up to Vibrava. Bug Dragon, so we would resist grass. And does Bug resist Bug? I feel like it does. I don't know that for sure. But that would make this a pretty decently Vanny check, despite being minus defense. That's a little unfortunate. What do I lead? Not Jin, because he's already ahead. We keep leading Sabin. Have fun with the Hustle Nidorino and all that. I'm still like completely blown away by that revelation that Sabin is like... Sabin is literally built like a Nidoking. Statistically, in Final Fantasy VI. It's crazy. Like the unassuming special attacker. It's crazy. It's so cool. FF6 is still like a high recommendation. And I'm sure you guys got that impression from the video I put out. It's just like... That is definitely one of those. And I wish we would hear something about the FF9 remake, because if it is like more faithful, I'm just like, man, the potential there is like super high, because 9 is like so great. It's just that the battles are slow. That's like the main thing. And even then, like, I wouldn't say that like, the main reason why I like those early Final Fantasies is more so for their stories than their actual gameplay, if I'm being real. The gameplay is fine, it's enjoyable enough, I guess, but, like, it's not really why I'm there. I feel like there's much deeper turn-based systems out there. Not even necessarily deeper, but just like, I don't know. It's a little standard, you know? ATB kind of helps shake things up, I suppose, but... That's unlucky. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that Pokemon is much better in-game. I enjoy this, I do. But I have gone on record saying that I think that this battle format works better for PvP than it does for a single-player game. Still think it works fine for a single-player game. I enjoy this, but it's like... I do think that like JRPGs where you have multiple party members on the field at once are just kind of inherently more dynamic and more interesting, generally. And I guess that goes back to the sentiment of, like, I don't know truly how much I actually like turn-based combat overall, as opposed to just, like, liking said games for other reasons, or at least initially, kind of deal. Because part of it could just be growing up with Pokemon. give me an affinity for turn-based, but it's like... It's one of those things where I don't really care whether a game is turn-based or action. Like, I just want to... I just want to play a good game, basically. And I play all sorts of stuff, you know? I don't even mind, like, somewhat simpler action combat systems. Like, Yakuza is a little beat-em-up-esque, you know? It's nothing like... There is combo potential and stuff like that. Like, there are nuances and there is depth there, for sure, in certain... At least in certain entries. But it's like... Largely, it's a beat-em-up, you know? And I guess I've been playing on normal, so... I can't speak to, like... You probably do have to engage with certain mechanics more on the harder difficulties, as is usual. But at the same time, some games like that are... Like, when they're on the hardest difficulty, it's just, like, enemies turn into damage sponges, and it doesn't really change much. In certain cases. You wouldn't have drill run this early. I still want to heal up, though. Just in case, because... Obviously Twin Needle or whatever is neutral. Oh, you have Assurance, that's it. I feel like Confusion would do more, because it's super effective, but... maybe. Okay, it's a 2 KO with BP at least. It very well should be. Yeah. And he's confuzzled as well. Nice. Beep bop. It's just like having a steel type this early has been immensely useful. I feel like Magnemite would have been... Obviously Magnemite's not as bulky. It would be close to being a Magneton at this point, though, to be fair. Like, if I was going to use the Magnemite line, I probably would have pushed to evolve it as soon as possible, like even sooner, and then slap the Eviolite on it and have it be a complete menace. Lit. So now, I think there's one more trainer battle in here, but now... You should evolve, if the docs are correct. Gust? Okay. It got buffed, I'm assuming. No? Why would I ever want to run this, then? Well, I guess... Oh, I guess I was saying for Leavanny, like, this actually wouldn't be that bad. This is times 4. Really low BP, though, so I almost feel like Bug Bite would be better, but... I think. Like, Rock Tomb's a TM, so I could always reteach it if I want to, but then again... It's like, all these moves are kind of good. In fact, Crunch is probably the one that I would get rid of for this gym specifically. But Crunch is just a better move than all of these. I think I'd rather click Rock Tomb, I think. It's like, I get the speed drop on top of that. Yeah. It's lit. Get our Dragon type. It's lit. Trying to learn Gust again? No. No thank you. Alright, let's take a look at these stats. 55, 65. Wow, that's That's actually really good. 77, 46, 56 for bulk. So obviously kind of frailer on the defensive side because that nature, but 68 speed is insane though. I have a feeling this is going to be the MVP for Berg. Bulldoze is more utility now that it's not stab. Bug-Bite Crunch, Rock Tomb, with Levitate. This thing is probably going to carry me in Clay's fight as well, maybe. It's weak to rock, though, so I'd have to watch out for rock slides and shit, but Clay is going to be a big hurdle, as he historically is. I'd say even... because I must have played this on challenge mode for the first few, like, first 4 or 5 badges. Because I think Clay is a single battle in challenge mode even. But Clay is... historically, I remember Clay being, like, very tough in this hack. I don't know if it's, like, the teams I tend to build or just, like, generally. He's got a lot of threats. I mean, you know, Crocodile. I know in challenge mode if he has 6 mons, he's got, like, a Nidoking of his own. Excadrill, obviously. He might even have a Sandsetter, like a Hippo or something. Maybe. Another question is, what do I want to throw... what held item do I want to throw on this? Maybe the Hardstone for just Rock Tomb damage. Because it's like Quick Claw is useless because he's already fast. Unless I throw Quick Claw on something else. But I did want the Muscle Band on Metang because it seems like his attack stats like lacking a little bit. Wise Glasses ultimately will be good on Vibrava, but it just doesn't have any special moves on him currently. What about TMs, maybe? Infestation's interesting. Smackdown. Strength is 85 normal. Rock Smash. Oh, I was gonna see if... does Metang learn Rock Smash? Oh, that's big. Wish I'd checked this, like, way sooner, though. Confusion's actually... having a Psychic move has been nice. Maybe I actually get rid of Pursuit. Right? It's hard to predict when they're gonna switch out, and so otherwise Pursuit is just like a low damage way to hit Ghosts and Psychics. Maybe that is better than Rock Smash more often than not, though. What do I want Rock Smash for, exactly? Opposing steals, I guess? It's probably better than Pursuit, because, like, this thing doesn't even Pursuit trap Ghosts and Psychics, because... well, Psychics maybe, but Ghosts hit it super effectively because of the Steel nerf. So, like, they're not going to want to switch out. Psychics... like, maybe... Psychic types tend to be specially bulky, so I just hit them with a big Meteor Mash eventually. Yeah, I think Pursuit... I can get rid of Pursuit for this, so I can actually hit opposing steals. That'll be key for an upcoming fight as well, in fact. Grass Knot, interesting that it's there's like a base power. Grass Knot on this is interesting. Jab. I didn't realize I had the TM for this. Nothing. Work Up. Oh, does Flygon get Incinerate? Wait a second. No, it doesn't, damn. That would have been so sick. Oh, wait, if... does Metang get this? Because, okay, that'd be pretty busted if it did, to be fair. Especially with Iron Fist. So, I get it. I understand. Smackdown. Hidden power defending on the type, but there's no way to tell. Currently. And, like, Infestation, but it's so low BP, so it's like, eh. fact, Berg is going to give us the TM for Struggle Bug, which might actually be pretty decent here. But I think, yeah, let's just slap the Hard Stone on this for better Rock Tomb damage. Lots of team tweaking, but you know, that's how the stretch of these games always go, because things are constantly changing, constantly learning new moves, evolving, getting new items, etc. and so on. I guess I just preserve my poison jabs, because I don't think I'm going to need to run back to heal before Berg. Rock Tomb, once again questioning whether I should have Clear Body on this. I'm actually kind of convinced that Clear Body might be better than Iron Fist. Ooh, Bullet Punch kills. But I guess we replace Rock Smash with Hammer Arm and it gets boosted. And like maybe I have an Elemental Punch on here or something. But then I'm lacking in then in that case I'm lacking in Psychic coverage, which is kind of unfortunate. I did 0. Boom, 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 boom. There's Razor Shell. Jet kill? Maybe. Let's find out. Yeah, okay. I can air slash this. That's pretty lit. Now the question is, who do I want to lead? Also, I took the wrong entrance. Also, the thing is, if you're scared about whiting out to Berg, you actually want to like take this exit. I'm not necessarily scared, but it's like in the instance I do, I'd like to be able to take the shortcut, you know? Just do that. Berg up in his fucking goon cave. Now, who is the best lead? Probably you, because you resist literally everything. Yeah, I mean, I think a Metang lead is kind of like... It's becoming kind of like the standard. But... for a reason. It's a good mon. Steel typing is just insane. Yeah, I don't know that I want to lead this. I feel like this is like a revenge killer. Late game cleaner, you know? I kind of wish I had T-Spike or something on Nidorino. That's the one thing where I'm like, I could lead Nidorino and get up T-Spike. Oh well. Let's go. Alright, so I mean, like, solid lead on my part, because he leads with the rock type. Will you get up hazards? Probably, right? Yeah, I figured. I fucking knew it, dude. Classic. Two bullet punches might kill, but it... and spikes. Now, if he heals here, that's fine. because, as we saw, he doesn't die to 2 Metal Claws anyway. That actually does a lot. I'd have to, well, yeah, I guess Metal Claw's low BP. It's like, what, 50? Yeah, so Bullet Punch actually is just stronger because of Iron Fist. Right? Is it a 20% boost? Maybe it's not stronger, but it's close. Then again, using Metal Claw to try to fish for attack boosts is usually why I'm clicking that anyway. Larvesta, okay, solid counter on your part. Solid. I resist both your stabs with Jin, though. So we go into that. Goes the Flame Charge. You could be Flame Body, so I kind of want to Air Slash here. Oh, good call, good call. This is probably a 2 KO. Yeah, pretty easily. We take those. Leech Life, we resist. Yeah, so that's that. Goes into Vanny. I feel like you're just gonna click Grass Move. Part of me wants to click Air Slash in case it goes for Swords Dance or something greedy. Then what do I do after? I guess this resists both, well, it doesn't resist, it's neutral to bug, but this resists both stabs and can hit it super effectively with Poison Jab or Peck. No, Poison Jab definitely does more though, but... Right, because Peck would be, what, 140? Like, times 4? Whereas this is, yeah, 120 times 2, so 240. Effectively, more or less. I'm just like, I know that if it's Swords Dances, then I know that Air Slash is the right play. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, fine. Fine. My Burnt Dewant I don't think was going to do a whole lot anyway. It's Life Orb, which is pretty scary. I just go into this, though. Those hazards are annoying. I go for Jab. There's the SD. S my D. This is a lot. Hustle boosted. Out of there. I thought this was bulk up for a second and I was like, oh, no beat up? I mean, the squad is pretty physically oriented. Because I think each attack is based on the attack stat of... is it base attack or is it the actual attack stat? The attack of your teammates is factored in, so I actually think this would be maybe pretty good. I keep shit-talking Peck, so I feel like that should probably be what I get rid of. It's just too low BP. Even for fighting types, it's like I'd rather just Poison Jab them. So yeah, let's just do that. Black Sludge. Masquerain. With the Intimidate. You might be a water type here. What does that mean for me? That means that this resists, but it's weak to flying, which is a problem. I don't know that I want to go... I feel like I just go for Jab. Oh, it has Psybeam. Okay, I was like... Thankfully we live. And go into this. Oh wait, this is probably not even a flying type. It probably has a flying move, but I think it's probably Bug Water in this hack. We resist this times 4. Yeah, eat that. respectably. Do I just claw at a fish for... I feel like Bullet Punch 2 KOs. No, it's a water type. Wait. Shit. I didn't think this through. I was like... It resists everything but Confusion, but I don't think Confusion's gonna do that much, so I kind of want to Metal Claw Fish for an attack boost and maybe BP kills after that. Worst case, I guess I Lemonade, but... It's just spamming Psybeam anyway, so... That does, like, more than I expected it to. BB kill? Let's try it. Nice. I think Iron Fist probably did matter there, though. Maybe. Psychic already? Well, that's a big step up. Yes, please. Goes in a para. Nidorino is probably faster. Have I used a healing item at all this fight? I don't think so, right? Maybe I just stick with that then. I'm just gonna Psychic. I know it's not super effective, but... Yeah, that was the reason why I went for that entirely. I did not predict the counter, but that is very convenient and pretty funny. A Cross Scissor. Maybe that's the TM we get from this, actually. In fact, we just Bullet Punch you, even though we're faster, so... Nah. Nice. Clean. This squad is so cool. This is gonna be one of my favorite teams that I've used. I liked my Renegade team a lot as well. Because that had fucking Gliscor on it, which is always nasty. And I did like my XG team as well, just because it ended up turning into a Rain team, but... That Air Slash came in super clutch, though. I mean, Razor Shell probably still 2 KO'd Larvesta, to be fair, but... Playing around the burn was nice. But we're not out of the woods yet. Got one more boss fight. Before Nimbasa. And I can at least clear some of the desert, maybe. I'm getting a little tired, so... Maybe it'd be worth wrapping this one up like a little earlier than usual, but... I also know there's going to be a lot to do once I get to Nimbasa, because you have the route on either side. You've got like that little mini retread of the first game's gym before doing the actual gym. And all of that. So it'd maybe be good to at least clear, like... Maybe not all of Desert Resort or anything, but Route 4. If you say no, he still does it anyway, so like, sure, whatever. I appreciate your cooperation. Oh, how interesting. Your Metang seems to display more self-confidence than others of the same species. That's kind of fitting, because I think he has a Metang himself. And you're a trainer with merely 3 badges. Fantastic. Good old Colress. Bring out their maximum power through the bond they share with their trainers. Or is there some other different method? No. Either way, I'll be waiting for you. He's just trying to be polite, I guess. How am I doing on lemonades? 10? I mean, I didn't use a single lemonade the last fight. It doesn't necessarily mean it'll go the same way this time. His Rotom fan is kind of scary. I know that he has that, for sure. Because this is not a ground type, and so that's, like... That's the problem. I guess Megatron's gonna be my best bet against that, but, like... I don't have a great way to touch Rotom fan. Unless Megatron can learn Smackdown, maybe? No. Oh, you don't need... Come on, it's a bug type now. It doesn't get X-Scissor? I was saying how... I would swap Fury Cutter for this, but now with Air Slash, it's like, okay, we have a special attack, which is actually good on Duat. In fact, Duat's special attack is higher than its physical attack, naturally. I looked that up the other day. So it's like... I'd rather just keep Air Slash, I think. Oh well. You've got Rock Smash, which can hit the steels. You've also got Rock Smash. Everyone's got rocks. Well, everyone's got a fighting type mover. Something to hit steels with, at least. I kind of think I want to save Megatron. Like, maybe I lead Sabin. I need a Vibrava nickname. I mean, I'm going to come back here once I get my 5th team member. Probably before Elisa. Is the Name Rater in here? Is that where they moved him? Yeah. No, that's a move deleter. Wait a second. No, he's in one of the... I want to say it's over here. Is it this building? Or maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I am right. Okay. Flygon. Flygon nickname. It's a bug type now. What have I named these guys in the past? Something sound-based, maybe? Not like frequency is too long. Maybe like... I'm gonna do a little quick Google search and see if I can get some inspiration real quick. Like sound terms or something. If anyone has an idea for a Flygon nickname, I am open to suggestions. I'm very paranoid about the live chat being fucked up. Let's see here. Acoustics. I just need a little bit of inspiration here. Decibel? Echo? Let's see here. I'm not seeing anything else. Hertz? Maybe? Damn, this theme is a banger. Oh, you know what? What about, like... What's up, Blaze? Love this hack from what you played of it. Same here. Same here. I've only ever... I don't think I've actually finished this one before, but... It is, like... It's probably... I know Apex Cubes was the main developer, but it's probably Drayano's best work, like, as far as hacks that he has his name on. Renegade's great, too, but yeah. Xander? Okay. I was thinking... When I saw Noise, I was like, okay, Star Force 3, though. Unable to play it due to carpal tunnel. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Something to do with noise changes from Star Force 3 or something. It's kind of cool. Kind of a cool idea. I guess like Ace? I like Xandria, that's a good one. What are the noise changes here? Okay, no worries, no worries. Thanks for the heads up. It's probably like a bad thing that I tend to assume that everyone... It's like it's like the old like Reddit joke or whatever of like everyone on the internet is a guy, but it's obviously not true. But yeah, carpal tunnel doesn't sound fun. Noise changes forms. Libra, Corvus. It's not really a snake, so Ophiuka wouldn't work. Crown. I kind of like... I kind of like Xandria, Eric's suggestion, actually. Let's just rock with that. I was thinking Rogue. Oh, gotcha. Well, I mean, you know, best of luck with that. I hope that it's not anything severe, you know? But, Xandria, solid nickname for Vibrava here. Let's go fight Chorus. Honestly, this fight, I still can't remember. I feel like I've just played this in challenge mode in the past. And just, like, dealt with the double battles, maybe. Even though I don't particularly like that they're forced upon you. And so I'm thinking... I do remember Chorus being a problem, though. That much I do remember. Regardless of what difficulty I've played on in the past. Because honestly, I've probably done both, to be fair. Leto after the dragon. That's fair, it's fair. Yeah, it's weird, because Flygon's a mon that I've used a ton, but I just don't have a go-to nickname for them. Whereas other mons I'll use, and I'm just like, I just default to like one of two names, depending on the gender. Like, I'll name my Weaviles after, like, Assassin's Creed characters, or like Fire Emblem Sword Masters or something. These are not mere rocks. But Crustal, they're actually Pokemon. See, everyone's complaining about Vanillux, or, well, not anymore, but y'all complaining about Vanillux and not the rock that turns out to be a crab? Yeah, no worries, Eric. Remember I used Smug Pea on Gustavo's suggestion for Togekiss. That Togekiss was a fucking beast, also. And also this hack did actually give Colress his battle theme here, where I think it's normally just the trainer battle theme. However, I disagree, it's the meme. It's the meme. Let's go. This theme slaps super hard, man. A mag? Got the Sandstorm. Air Balloon. Okay, glad I did not lead Vibrava and try to bulldoze this. Just Rock Smash. Easy peasy. Oh shit, that did a lot. Okay. T-Wave's annoying. I don't have anything to soak T-Wave though, so... If only Nidorino was a ground type like his dad. Unfort. Yeah, I just, well, he might try to potion, but I just Rock Smash again. Yeah. Well, okay, I guess healing off the para... And this is gonna kill because... Oh no, Sturdy. Never mind. Never mind. I was gonna say because of the defense drop, it would kill, if not for Sturdy. Oh well. Just spam Rock Smash still. Volt Switch. Into probably your Metang, right? Yeah. So predictable. Probably Clear Body. I know it's a 50-50 for the defense drop, but it's probably Clear Body. You don't have Psychic yet? Because I got this at like level 28 or 29. So then I go into... I'm going to Xandria, right? Well, I go into Megatron, but I don't have a great way to hit this. We can more of attrition it. Try to go for like attack boost defense drops. That combination. I'm not super fond of that. I'd rather go into this and bulldoze. I'm just trying to think, like, would you pursuit, like, if I go into this on the Psychic move, and then would you pursuit on my way out? I think I just go hard Xandria here. Zen? Where'd you get that, man? Okay, we live 2. We live 2 plus, well, do we? We're probably faster. Actually, we're definitely faster. So go for Crunch, because that'll do more. Goes to the Rock Tomb because it's super effective. Do I live through Sandstorm? Thankfully, yes. Do I want to try to do this without healing items? I don't know that it's worth going through all that trouble. That said, you're faster, right? Please tell me you're faster. 38. He's 3 levels under. I feel like Jin, despite being minus speed, might still be faster. So I kind of want to go into this on the... Well, no, he's going to Rock Tomb, so it's going to drop my speed by 1. I don't know if Aqua Jet kills. But that also does nothing, so it's not even a bad pivot. Sand's annoying. But I'm scared of Zen, because Zen is going to do a lot. I know I have Eviolite on him, but... I mean... It's a stab Zen headbutt off of Metagross's pre-Evo. So... I don't want to underestimate it. Now I Metal Claw Fish for attack boosts. Pray that he doesn't flinch me a million times in a row. No raise. So just go for it again. Because I don't think, this doesn't quite kill, right? Unless it's like a high roll? No. I feel like BP probably... Oh. Cheeky bastard. Just like bullet punched me for no reason. Well, I guess because it was gonna go down, so that's actually a good play there on the AI's part. This was my answer for Rotom Fan, and by answer I mean not weak as fuck to it. I guess I have to Psychic, yeah? You have... Bruh. That's bad. Alright, this is really, really bad. I have to go into this. Please don't tell me you click Air Slash because it kills. Like, in case of the switch. Okay, T-Bolt, even better. Wow. Holy crap, dude. Let me think. What do you have in the back? He has the Magnemite at 1 HP. Probably has a Clink. And I'm trying to think of what else from my previous playthroughs. I don't necessarily want the answer. I'm just like, who do I sack here, basically? Maybe the paralyzed Nidorino, but then again, everyone else is low health, so it's like, what does that really do for me? I feel like I had to sack someone who's already low. You could Rock Tomb and maybe not take this out, but at least like speed drop it, and I feel like in that case I actually just sack Jin here, right? Metagross is too much of a catch-all for like steel types and shit that I feel like I keep that. So I heal up Xandria to full. It's either this or Metang that I think gets sacked because of this particular circumstance. Ultimately, I think Nidorino in a vacuum is the right answer to sack there. It's just that T-Bolt would kill it, and then I'd have to bring something else out, so that's like sacking 2 things instead of just 1. I get the speed drop. You're gonna air slash, but I hope I live 1. This thing has a good Spit F stat, yeah. You die to sand? Okay. Wasn't a mag? We're faster, right? I know you're sturdy, you're not like levitate or some random bullshit. So you die to this because you're 1 HP. Oh. Ugh. Oh boy. See, now I wish I had Jin because, you know, fighting stab and all that. But then again, this probably has Psybeam. P2, and then probably a Clink, right? Because that's like his ace, is Klinklang, usually. In that case, like, yeah, Bulldoze could be useful on Clink. I want to bring Megatron in. I think maybe then I sack. This might be another circumstance where, like, I feel like if he goes for Psybeam or Tri-Attack, that Sabin might just die. And so I think this is one of those where... Actually, let me heal this up first. Let me heal this up first and see if I live 1. Because I don't think this one-shots me with anything. Psyshock? Okay. Yeah, okay, so we might die after Sand. That did what? 30 maybe not. It's gonna be close, but it doesn't really matter. Point being that Psyshock is actually better for me here than Psybeam, since Metang's physical defense is better. Also, because P2 tends to be kind of passive, I actually get a chance to heal everyone up here. I actually think I just para-heal, or Castelia Cone, Sabin. He goes for the Tri-Attack. I don't want to cheese this too much, you know? Like, I don't want to... That might have been too much for me to even get another heal off and keep it alive, to be fair. Because Tri-Attack, no doubt, does more because of the stab. Is Rock Smash. We resist this, thankfully. Hopefully he doesn't, like, freeze me or some stupid shit. Okay. Then again, I have the Castelia Cones for that. And that actually does a lot, considering it's a resist. And this is not, like, adaptability or anything like PZ is. Gets the burn. That's pretty annoying. I should heal the burn off. Right? Well, then again, if he has a Clink, then like I can just do it when the Clink comes out. I just go for Rock Smash again, I think. It's like I'd almost rather be burned than paralyzed in this case, weirdly enough. I think BP kills. He's like -3. Yeah. Ba-da-dee-da. Big 3-0. Yeah, there's the Clink. Oh. That would be scary if it actually... Well, it's Life Orb, and, it didn't do a lot, so... I just might as well just heal this up. I mean, I can kind of potion stall cheese this shit. That's just a speed increase. You're probably already faster anyway. I shouldn't play around too much, though, because who knows, Gear Grind might actually fuck up Sabin. I don't think it one-shots. No, it probably doesn't one-shot, but... So part of me wants to just, like, dramatically sack Megatron here, and then bring in Sabin and kill it with Rock Smash. So actually just BP. Let's just do that, fuck it. Unless he randomly crits both hits of Gear Grind, I think we're fine. And this way Sabin maybe hits level 30? Not quite. Gets close, though. Okay. Does it have a flinch chance? I swear to God. Oh, also Hustle Miss. So that's actually... I mean, I could have potion stalled that. For, like, you know, Life Orb to kill him, but... Thankfully, we didn't miss with Hustle. Gives us... Wait, we get the Life Orb from him. Oh, shit. Just gotta get that Moonstone now. Nidoking is, like, set up now. Shit. I don't want to use it before, I have access to Sheer Force, though, because Life Orb is pretty rough. Life Orb is only really... I mean, okay, it's good on some mons. Like, Mixed Infernape famously, you know, uses Life Orb from time to time. But, I almost feel like you'd rather just use Expert Belt with a bunch of coverage and just hit stuff super effectively when you can. Because that's like, what? Isn't that a 1.2 times boost when it's super effective? Versus Life Orb being 1.3 times blanket, but you take a recoil. So it's like, I feel like E-Belt's just better for that. Unless you're running a Magic Guard or Sheer Force Mon. In which case Life Orb is obviously better, because you don't take the recoil. At least with Sheer Force in certain circumstances. But with Magic Guard just generally, which is pretty neat. Let's see here. You're about to be level 30, so I'll probably just like switch you out immediately. Keep checking my healing items, yeah. We'll get more lemonades. I think... See, typically when I'm using speed up, I'll just like way overstock on lemonades because it takes 5 seconds to do that. But here I'm being at least like slightly more methodical. Where it's like, okay, once we get to Drip Veil, I'm gonna get Moo Moo Milks, which are more... just better healing at that point. Not amazing, but better. And you can buy them a dozen at a time, which is convenient. But here it's like... I mean, shit, at least the cursor memory is really nice, at least. Just spam A for like 30 minutes. It does have me thinking about how detrimental speed up is to the experience. Sure, like in some games, I guess it is warranted if battles are slow, but battles in Gen 5 are actually pretty quick, all things considered. I think the pace here, like, it could always be faster, but the pace is pretty good in this gen, I would say. Probably, I mean, it's probably the best paced battles, honestly. Maybe if you go back to, like, I mean, Gen 3 was fairly quick too, I guess. Just because the animations weren't as complex, per se. I mean, some of them were kind of crazy, but... like, Gen 4 is just drags a lot of the time. And then Gen 6, obviously, like, once it went 3D, the pace of the battles went down the shitter. I wouldn't say that it bothered me terribly in, the 3DS games, though. But it's one of those things where if I was using speed up, it's like, okay, you would blitz through a lot of these regular trainer encounters that don't have a whole lot going on, like when I was autopiloting earlier. But because I'm not, I'm thinking maybe let's clear this area here, and then once I get to the steps or something, or maybe I fight the one guy that's running back and forth up there. The next time we start with Desert Resort, like clear up the rest of the desert basically, and then head to Nimbasa and do all that. Just depends on how long this takes. Oh, good leads. Obviously the double grass is kind of scary, so I think I do switch this out, though. Let's go Megatron. This is super overkill on the Cottony, but... I think Cottony is also part fairy, like Whimsicott is. Dude. Nidorino stay getting parried. Like, actually. He'll get his Vindication once he evolves. It's kind of fitting, actually. Black Sludge healing off that sand. Yeah, I'm trying to get this Zangoose off the field as soon as possible, because that thing is kind of low-key a threat. Uh-oh. Oh, we're at full health, though. We're fine. Oh, whoa, crit. Do we live sand? Quick maths. We do live sand. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm trying to think. I must have tried Black 2 before, at least. The way that I always explain it is, like, I picked white version because Zekrom is cooler. Reshiram's cool too, but, like, I like Zekrom better. And then it just makes sense to do white too because, like, canonically that makes sense. Because N shows up with Reshiram in this game. Spoiler, I guess. Which is congruent with the previous one. And so I've only ever really played white 2 because of that. But I do think it's cool that this area is different depending on which version you're playing. We confirmed that Seviper is not part dark in this hack earlier, in an earlier stream, so Psychic is free. Goes for Slash of all moves. One shot, nice. Nice, the squad is fully level 30 now. You just double attack this. It's probably, this might, I was gonna say this might kill, actually. That was correct. And in fact, speaking of Expert Belt, as I was saying before, that'd be kind of perfect for Jin right now. Aren't there some mandatory fights? I need to pick up repels at some point. You don't heal, but... Metang. That's just one option to avoid. I mean, you don't avoid getting into a random encounter, but being able to run guaranteed, even with the slow-mo on, I guess that's nice. Dig. Did they buff it to 100 power in this? No. Okay. Does anyone learn Dig that would want to use it? Not really. I like the Bulldoze speed drop utility. Maybe on you. It's a little scary because you're weak to Earthquake, obviously, but I don't think that's going to come into play until Clay. But then again, it's like defense drop chance. This hits the odd psychic type that I guess I catch on the switch, or like I try to tank one hit or something. Or ghost types, I suppose. I don't really have a great way to hit ghosts currently, so yeah, maybe it's worth keeping. I guess Venoshock's not great. Until, I mean, at least until he evolves, but even then, I'd rather run like Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave or something boosted by Sheer Force. So yeah, I guess I'll just take Dig for additional coverage. It's opposing poisons, I suppose. I kind of want to sneak my way over to the healer, if I can. Oh, it's Cacnea. Maybe the first Gen 3 mon I ever saw. I always think back to that where I'm like, I think Cacnea's design was one of the things that I first saw of Pokemon Ruby, or just like, you know, Gen 3 Hoenn, where I was like, oh, I need to play this. I need this. Do you ever turn? I feel like we can... I want to say her viewing range is only... She doesn't turn... Okay, I thought so. I like distinctly remember doing this to avoid going all the way back to the Pokemon Center. Okay. We're in the clear. Stealth mode. Bump, 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 bump. Dude, I'm still waiting for those Metal Gear games to go on sale. I want to do Series Replay, but like... I know I could emulate them, but I'm like... I'd like to just get the Master Collection, but I don't want to spend... I'm trying to spend like no more than $10 a pop on those. Ideally less, but they're consistently... They're like 20. And they're consistently on sale for like $15.99, but I'm like, can you drop that by like another $5 or $6? Maybe? Like if I can get... Like what is it? Metal Gear 1 and 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 3. If I could get that whole package for like 30 total, I'd be down for that. Even if the emulation quality is like kind of not amazing, it's like, that's fine with me. I'm not really a big stickler when it comes to that, as long as it isn't like actually abysmal. And then if it is, I'll just fucking refund it and move on with my life. What do you guys do again? Attack set higher than 131. Why does she not check speed, though, at all? She just says that? Wide lens. Meowth for Togepi. Are you crazy? Some of these in-game trades are funny where it's like, you want that for this? Really? It's all to benefit the player, of course, but... yeah, there's an item over here. Is there not an item over here? Am I losing it? Wait. If Pokemon are released and demonstrate their true skills, will we be used by Pokemon in battle for them someday? What leap in logic is that? Interesting alternate timeline. SMT4 vibes, I guess. Citrus berries, okay. What does that have to do with quick eyes? Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll work our way from the back of this area and then go back towards the front. There's only like, what, 3 trainers to do? And the one guy who's like up on the upper level. Maybe there's another one before Nimbasa, but I always forget. I feel like this is pretty clean air slash. I mean, you're a Bellsprout, so I don't know if you... Yeah, exactly. Buffeted. Jimmy Buffeted. Oh, you're probably part... Well, not only are you part fairy, but you also have Psychic move. But that Violet's coming in clutch. This does a ton. You died a Jet. Oh, you might get 2 KO'd by Jet anyway. Especially with Sand Chip. I mean, this kills with sand for sure. I'm just like, does this kill before it attacks me? Yes. Okay. Ooh. This mon's kind of a threat. What? Yeah, that's Steel Nerf. It's rough. It's rough, buddy. Just going to this, and I guess Jab. Murkrow's not particularly bulky by it. Can you not do that? I mean, you're probably super luck, to be fair, but that is annoying. Assurance. This might just kill, because, yeah, Murkrow's pretty frail. Especially after those few turns of Sand Chip, too. I like how his sprite just has him with his kid with him. It's like, what the fuck are you doing over here? Kid's gonna have, like, eye problems, straight up. It's not gonna be from fucking watching TikTok or some bullshit. It's gonna be from the fucking sand particles. Or maybe the child will evolve into a higher being. And it'll have lenses over its eyes like fucking Flygon. It'll develop those because it was raised in the sand. Cue, Dark Knight Rises meme, I guess. No Braviary today. Was it on Fridays? If I was doing my usual schedule, then we would have encountered Braviary, which would have been interesting. I don't think I could squeeze it on the squad, but I do think Braviary is kind of a cool mon. 5 levels over. I think I just Razor Shell. Oh, well. I was correct. It was a 2 KO anyway, so. Maractus. This thing definitely got buffed. I don't know if its typing got changed at all, but it's still gonna be weak to poison. Well, if Hustle wouldn't get in the way. It would be interesting if Hustle only affected physical attacks. Like, you get the physical attack boost and the minus accuracy, but I think the minus accuracy is on everything. It would be an interesting tech, though, is like running a special attack on a Hustlemon if it wasn't affected. Just have like a guaranteed way to land an attack. Drill Run. Rock types are covered. Fire types are covered. What else does ground hit? Steels are covered with fighting. I mean, that's cool. It makes more sense for Samurott, I suppose, with the drill or the horn. But no, I think this is pretty redundant. Drill Run's a cool move, though. It's a shame that Earthquake is so powerful, because you almost never want to run anything but Earthquake when you have access to it, at least. Dude. Dude, that's what this Nidorino needs, is Hone Claws. Wait up. Hold up. Where's TM01 at? Is it in Lostlorn? I'm gonna pull up the docs real quick. As I spam A to use Poison Jab. Dude, seriously. This Sandvale? This Sandvale Rufflet? No, where would this be? Item changes, if it was moved. TM01. Relic Castle. But we can't actually go into Relic Castle until... Like, that's where the Volcarona is. That's the Driftvale entrance. Yeah, because it's all sealed off. I wasn't paying attention, so I... Dude. No, this is wrong. Wait, let me check your special attack stat real quick. It's not terribly far behind. Psychic is probably stronger because it's almost twice as much BP. And then I BP. Alright, lit. Nothing like missing Poison Jab 40,000 times in a row. Thanks to ye old hustle. But the things I put up with for a sheer force, Nidoking. Lead Vibrava. Wait, I forget. Did they change, they changed Vibrava's level up? Or evolution level, rather? I'm trying to remember if, Vibrava... 55 now instead of 45, okay. So we're gonna be sticking with Vibrava for a while. I will likely have a Nidoking. So this is probably going to rock Eviolite eventually. Because everyone else... Let me just double check. Metagross is still 45 though, right? It seems to be. It doesn't say anything about a change. But then again, they did basically turn Flygon into a pseudo. It has 600 BST in this hack, which is nasty. Also, this is pretty good lead. Pretty good. Though it is weird seeing if Vibrava takes Sandship, though, I will say. I'm just torn now because I was gonna grab a Scyther. That's our 5th squad member. I was gonna grab one from Lost Lorn. Because Scizzor's Sprite in this gen is too good. If I don't use Scizor here, I will use it in Aurora Crystal when that drops. But I just don't like the Gen 4 sprite, the back sprite. I want to see the wings, you know? And like, it's still fine. I mean, Scizor's still a good mon. It still looks cool, but not quite the same. Shout out to Pokemon Stadium 2 Scizor, though. That shit's awesome. Do I just get rid of Bug Bite for this? Probably right, because like Crunch, this is 90 with Stab, this is 80, just blanket. So it's like, okay, if I need to hit physically... Yeah, this thing's special attack is higher anyway, so I think Struggle Bug does do more. Yeah, we'll just do that. And plus it lowers their special attack, so... This particular Vibrava has a good special defense stat. Like, that's... Yeah. That's like what its trait indicates or something like that. Are you part Fairy in this hack? I don't remember. Also, more of a physical attacker maybe. I'll just switch out. Zindri already hit 31 anyway. So if we want to keep things as even as possible. Wow. Even in this ROM hack, Delcatty is still shit. That's crazy. Not a fairy type. I guess Rock Smash would have been better, but it doesn't matter because we're asleep. Oh, you're... Well, I feel like BP might kill. Maybe. Yeah, okay, lit. Alright. I definitely feel like I'm losing a little bit of steam here. Oop. Whoops. Not what I meant to do. How are we doing defensively? Like, who's best using the Eviolite? Probably not you. Yeah, it's still Duat. I'm surprised Nidorino is like... Well, it doesn't have a high... Its HP stat is worse, so maybe it's not effectively actually bulkier, but it's closer than I thought it would be. For like a Gen 1 middle Evo, you know? Especially with how Gen 1 stat spreads tend to be. I guess they were able to fix it a little bit in Gen 2 when Special got split into 2 stats. But even so... Yeah, this is fine. There's no double battles coming up. I don't remember this lady being here, though. Wouldn't be the first time that this hack moves some trainers around, though. I'm just like... I feel like she was further south, but... maybe I'm wrong. Do you have Bulldoze? Just Stomp? Okay. Little Whitney flashbacks. Stomp rollout. Lit. Do not fuckle with Shuckle. We go into you. Oh, it's the meme set. Yeah, sadly you're frail as shit now. That's gonna do a lot though, yeah. Oh, that's fine. I didn't even heal you to full, what? Isn't the point of doing that getting the sturdy back up? Now for this one I'll just use a Lemonade. I'm not gonna run all the way back just for... or 2 Lemonades, whatever. I feel like these sprites, are these the exact same as they were in like Gen 3? Or have they been tweaked at all? I'd have to go look, I guess. Oh, and this is different too. So there's no pacing guy up here anymore. Togetic, lead goat. Metal Claw. Metronome into Overheat. Memento. Interesting. Opposite scenario. Yeah, the Metang, I was gonna say, like, because the proportions of Metang look kind of wonky. Like, they're definitely the same shape. I just don't know, maybe they retouched them, like, color-wise or something, but these might just be the same sprites from those previous gens. Obviously starting from Gen 3, because, like, Gens 1 and 2 didn't really have full color in the same way. Is there a color hack for... like, a full color hack for, the Gen 2 games or something? Like, I have a lot of nostalgia for, like, okay, each town is a different color. Like, I've actually thought about that, where I'm like, would I want to actually play, like, a genuine Gen 2 ROM hack? Even though largely I think that HGSS is just better. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Vileplume's physical attack is not... I don't think it's very good. At least it typically runs special attacks, but... Did you sleep out of the whole time and you waited this long? It's like either spam Earthquake or put me to sleep first. Make it make sense. You go for EQ now? And go into this and, Struggle Bug. Yeah. Yeah, because there are definitely some ROM hacks for certain OG Game Boy games that do have full color. Mario Land 2 is a particular one that I've seen. Any more trainers up here? Oh, we got a rich boy. That one, is like Gwen Stefani song just like jumped into my head for some reason. Yeah, that would be the main reason why I'd actually go back to legitimate Gen 2, is for nostalgia's sake. Because like that was my first exposure to Pokemon, so there's definitely an attachment there. I would definitely play a ROM hack, if anything. Because the issue is, like, I have a retro handheld, like I've got a single screen, it's like an RG353P. It's kind of shaped, I think I've shown it on stream before. It's like a SNES controller shaped handheld that can run DS games, but I just don't like having to manually swap between. Like, it's not practical for Pokemon where you need both screens. So it's like, I have Emerald Rogue on there, which is great on there. It's like perfect, in fact. But something like a Gen 2, like getting to play through Johto, but without the hassle of swapping screens with HGSS, you know? Like, I like the idea of having a Gen 2 ROM hack on there, maybe. Even though largely the Pokemon itch is scratched with Emerald Rogue. Which I think maybe got an update recently, I haven't checked it out though. Very impressive game. Like, oh shit, we got outplayed. Didn't matter though, did 0 damage. It's too early for the Belly Drum E-Speed set. Would not be surprised if that shows up later, though. Dude, Linoon looks kind of cool in this gen, though, I will say. Gen 3 really did have some goated designs. And it's like, yeah, it's a Linoon, so it's like not... It's not like the greatest design ever, but for what it is, like a Route 1 rodent, pretty damn good, I'd say. Furret's pretty cute too, though, I would say. Raticate I've never been a fan of, though. It's like purposefully kind of ugly, but... Bad dreams, dude. I mean, it's fitting. Special attack drop. Did they buff Hypnosis's accuracy, like, actually? I feel like I've not seen it miss. Where is this? Move changes. Nothing for Hypnosis. Okay. If you insist. I still just heal this off to avoid a Dream Eater. I guess the prevalence of sleep moves is why why Vital Spirit on Empoleon was so good in Renegade. That actually did come up quite a few times. In fact, I think in Volt White 1, the Oshawott line has Vital Spirit. Maybe. And that's why I wanted to use it in this instead of there. That's why I used Contrary Superior there instead of here. Plus, I think I've used Contrary Superior in this hack before. The thing is, it's always fun to use Contrary Superior, because opponents go for Tail Whip and you get a defense raise and stuff like that early on. But, it does end up, like, kind of playing just very similarly from playthrough to playthrough. Whereas, like, I think Samurott just has more move pool versatility. Because Emboar probably also has some options, but in the end, it's like, okay, Oonga Boonga, Flare Blitz, Head Smash, Earthquake, you know? Or more like Oonga Boonga die to water move. Die to water move before you can even do anything. Emboar in early game is really good though. Or like just like Pignite is kind of a beast in early game. I also kind of like... See, the thing is, Tepig and Pignite have Sheer Force in this. But then Emboar's given Mold Breaker, which is cool because you can hit Levitators with the EQ. And I guess like Flash Firemons with Fire Move and stuff, but I kind of just like... I kind of just like using Sheer Force with Pignite. So I almost kind of wish that that was still an option for Emboar. Because Mold Breaker is just kind of... It's good, it's a good ability, but it's a little too situational. Still didn't buy any Repels, did I? Yeah, Vital Spirit, yeah, it does fit. It does. Instead for this hack, because... Well, I want to say Volt White 1 maybe came out before Black and White 2 were even out, and so we didn't know... Like, hidden abilities weren't a thing until this game, right? No, maybe Dream World Black and White 1, but... Okay, yeah. No, hidden abilities were in Black and White 1, but you had to get them with the Dream World, like, web browser thing, I think. Whereas in this, you can get them through hidden grottos. I want to say that's how it worked. Maybe we didn't know that Shell Armor was actually Samurot's hidden ability at the time of Volt White and Blaze Black 1 releasing. It's possible, because that game came out, that hack came out like within a year, I think, of the original game. So maybe. I do know that like Contrary Superior was not actually distributed or accessible in Gen 5. I know that much. At the Desert Resort. This area is kind of big, so I figured before we start it, these guys usually have either normal types or psychic types, so I kind of have to go for a 50-50 here. I think I lead Vibrava. Yeah, Emboar does hit like a truck though. He is a powerhouse. If you can get a hit off with Emboar, it's gonna do a lot of damage. It's just you get past the halfway point in this game and it's like it's just too slow to really do anything reliably. And because it's fire ground, I mean, yeah, it's still ground weak ×2, and I guess the ×4 water weakness maybe doesn't come up terribly often, but being ×4 weak to water is pretty rough, no matter how you slice it. Also, I was wrong on both fronts, not a psychic or normal type. Also not a mon that I deal with easily. Well, wait, this is a water resist, though. So maybe I don't even need to be scared of this. Maybe I just struggle bug. Okay, yeah, that does quite a big chunk. I'm here for it. Maybe it regens itself or something, like they switch out. But that wouldn't be the worst thing ever. Ghoster Jet, a little bit chip. But yeah, I'm thinking we can beat this nurse so that I have a heal spot unlocked. Nice crit. We'll go ahead and call it after this, and then tomorrow we'll do, like, you know, Desert Resort, the routes surrounding Nimbasa, and take on Elisa. I just crunch. I guess, yeah, I don't have, like, Dragon Stab. No, I think I was going to Duat, right? I just, like, one-shot this with a Rock Smash or something. Uproar? Dude, Duat's design is so cool. I do like Samurot's design, I will reiterate that, but part of me is going to be misusing Duat once it evolves in a few levels. Bayleaf, Grass Fairy. Pretty much a full-on counter to Jin. Go to my Poison type. Wrong screen, buddy. Lit. Shuppa-tuppa-tuppa-beep. Lit. Yeah, so we're at this stage in the game where, like, each stream there's going to be kind of a lot to do. Like, lots of routes to clear and places to explore and all that. Not a bad thing, but just, it's going to slow down the pace. That's why I wanted to, like, front-load a lot of these streams, do them daily. Try to, like, ensure that I made good progress early on. I like this, too, because the in-game timer is actually, like, accurate, because of no speed up.